Greetings fellow goblinoids! In this video we will be talking about all manner of curious goblins, gizmos and goings on from Labyrinth and Dark Crystal concept artist Brian Froud. Let's go! According to this highly respected academic text, in the 1970s a small earthenware pot believed to be nearly 5,000 years old was discovered that contained coded directions to a treasure trove of information about a long forgotten civilization made up of goblins. It just so happens that this info was discovered by illustrator and concept artist Brian Froud, and that the highly respected text in question is The Goblin Companion. Brian Froud was one of the key creative minds behind both the Dark Crystal and the Labyrinth, and has created and written many books about all manner of fantastical creatures, including fairies, trolls, and of course goblins. The book we are looking at today was originally released in 1986 entitled The Goblins of Labyrinth, and was re-released in 1996 under the new title The Goblin Companion, a field guide to goblins. Still tangentially related to the world of Labyrinth, but now celebrated in its own right. Froud creates for us a number of fun little goblin characters, artifacts and legends, which he then enlisted Monty Python member and fellow Labyrinth alumni Terry Jones to flesh out with his particular brand of fantastical whimsy. But that's enough about us stinking humies. You want to hear about the gobbos, don't you? Come with me. Our first goblinoid entry is regarding a little chap known as Quiver. Quiver was a young and perhaps naive young gobbo in the military who'd been placed on guard duty the evening before the popular festival, Eve of All Owls, and, well, I will let the book explain what that is. The goblin army harvests its own carbobs and roasts them around the great well of the castle before retiring to the northwest tower to drain the traditional tun of owl wine. Now brace yourself for this. Carbobs are a sort of potato-like tuber that grows in the cracks and recesses of goblin armour and are harvested and roasted as a sort of a delicacy. So that's pretty gross. But then what did we expect from goblins? And the owl wine is sadly exactly what it sounds like. Prepared from carefully pressed owls, fermented and kept for many years in oak barrels. It is not particularly nice. So Quiver, a bit miffed that he's stuck on guard duty right before the big occasion, and distracted by a couple of carbobs that he's been cultivating himself, he hears a noise in the bushes and, after asking it several times to halt, dutifully attempts to shoot it with his crossbow. However, Quiver evidently wasn't very good at using a crossbow, and he manages to fire the bolt backwards over his shoulder and into the massive storage tun of owl wine, which then pours over all the food that had been prepared for the All Owls Eve feast. The goblin army, upon discovering the soggy owl-drenched food, decides to postpone the feast to the following day as a result. Even goblins have standards, it would seem. When young Quiver discovers what has happened, he harvests and roasts his carbobs and sends them to the goblin princess as a gesture of restitution. This humble act of contrition was received kindly enough by the High Goblin's daughter that the carbob feast would forever take place the day after All Owls Eve. What does Quiver's tale tell us about this world? Well, we established that the goblins have a standing army, which would suggest there is a military threat big and imminent enough to necessitate a year-round military presence. We also established that, like humanity, Goblinkind clearly has a cultural history that is celebrated periodically, and that there appears to be some form of monarchy or otherwise class-related social structure. There is the less than surprising revelation that for Goblinkind, hygiene is a low priority, and that they have in fact weaponised this to create a specific delicacy. So we've learnt a few things there already. Let's see who is next. Our next little gobbo is the enigmatic Lurk, whose story was so tragic that the tale was deliberately forgotten by the bards of the lands, so as to spare future ears its powerful melancholy. The story of Lurk was banned altogether from the tale-teller's circuit, and the last goblin bard who knew it died long ago. The book tells us only of rumours that were spread regarding the involvement of a huge laundry bill and a beautiful foreigner, but otherwise is very coy about the poor soul and their evidently sorry fate. You will hear dark murmurings about a beautiful visitor from the ungoblin world named Brassica Oleracia Botrytis, with whom the youthful Lurk fell head over heels in love, only to return home one day to learn that his mother had made her into a cauliflower cheese. To save you googling, Brassica oleracea botrytis is the scientific name for cauliflower. The fact that such a silly suggestion as someone being made into a savoury side dish has survived long enough to become myth suggests that either magic is a commonplace force here in the Goblin world, or their culture simply has the same penchant for the surreal and silly as Terry Jones. I suppose both things could be true actually, they aren't mutually exclusive. Returning to Lurk and looking at the picture we have of them, it's hard to avoid thinking that they must have been at least fairly successful at their endeavours, whatever they were. Given the quality of their armour and armaments, I like to think that Lurk was an adventurer or knight, and that the sadness associated with their legend stems from its end and not its entire span. Let's all spare a thought for Lurk, whoever they actually were. Next up, we have not a character entry, but rather a whole subclass of goblin. The tallow goblin, which instantly creates a queasy feeling in my stomach. In fact, this entry is technically about the specific tubers that grow on these especially unhygienic greenskins, rather than the creatures themselves. But there is a synchronicity between the two that essentially means talking of one means discussing the other. These tubers grow only behind the ears and around the necks of the much maligned tallow goblins. They are much maligned primarily because they are disgusting, shifty, aggressive little freaks who would cut their own granny open, stuff her and use her as a sofa as soon as look at her. Amusingly, these ill-mannered creatures hollow out their carbobs once they are the same size as their head, eat the contents, and then use the remaining shell as a carry bag within which they keep all of their possessions, swinging the heavy, rattling tuber containers at those that displease them, which is apparently most of those that they encounter. The language in the entry about these tubers and their associated gobbos suggests a bit of snobbery on the author's part, though it does also suggest this attitude might well be shared by Goblin society too, at least in part because of the tallow goblin's other prodigious talent. Tallow goblins can spit up to distances of over half a mile. Yuck. Next up is the charming little Bubble, who appears to have suffered a fall in station at some point, having originally hoped to be part of the service industry, but instead fallen first into the rather curious profession of prosthetic nose making, and then into a rather more demeaning existence as, well, I will let Mr. Jones explain. Bubble was forced to eke out a living by hiring himself out as a can opener, but even in this humble role, his career appeared to be blighted by the total absence in the labyrinth of tinned comestibles. It is clear to see from the sketch that our diminutive friend has a suitably pointy helmet for piercing can lids, though demand exceeds supply in this instance. Interestingly, there is a footnote to Bubble's story that explains a little about why Bubble's initial career path fell away, and it regards something of an economic downturn due to the historical period known as the Great Collapse of Good Governance, which is as amusing as it is wordy. The footnote explains that during this period there were two safeguards that protected goblin kind from ill-willed governors. Firstly, all elected officials swore an oath of anonymity, which ensured they didn't act purely to create a reputation for themselves or to feather their pride. Secondly, there was this. The other great safeguard was that no goblin ruler had any power whatsoever. All they could do was suggest ideas, and the good ideas were then adopted by general consent. How is it ancient goblin societies had better governing structures than us? Oh, all of that stopped once goblin leaders started forcing goblins to do their bidding, hence the gradual decline of goblin society and the eventual impoverishment of poor Bubble. Interestingly, this reminds me of when I listened to the audiobook The Dawn of Everything by David Graeber and David Wengrow, the anthropological examination of early mankind that sought to dismiss myths that claimed any universality about humanity's origins. They spoke about a number of Native American peoples that had a chieftain structure, but that the chieftain themselves was often less a totalitarian decision maker and more a mediator given power by mutual consent. The actual functions of chiefly office are to 1. Mediate quarrels, 2. Provide for the needy, and 3. To entertain with beautiful speeches. And they are free people, each of whom considers himself as much consequence as the others, and they submit to their chiefs only insofar as it pleases them. Sounds good, eh? Certainly by the time of the Labyrinth, we have a Goblin King, so I think we can assume this takes place in the post-collapse Goblin world. More's the pity. We then get to meet little Squeak, or as they are also known, Semaphorus Quicius Easius Elasticus Comfortabilis, who makes a strong case for nominative determinism. Able to signal messages as far as the eye can see, the book says, and the image of him demonstrates how the elongated and manoeuvrable prongs of Squeak's hat acted as a means of communication via semaphore. As handy as all this is, this talent is also hilariously paired with a rather problematic compulsion to, let's say, edit the messages they were asked to send, as per this entry. His innate propensity to introduce scatological references into even the simplest message has caused shame and self-reproach to all who have availed themselves of his telegraphic services. Indeed, the gleeful expression on their face and the accompanying artwork certainly suggests that they enjoy their work, even if the accuracy of their messages suffers as a result. The concept of a communication network is interesting though, given that in most settings, goblins are treated as chaotic, anarchic even, and quite animalistic. So I enjoy the idea that according to previous entries, they have experimented with different governance structures, and that a system for communicating information existed too. Maybe we should re-evaluate how we think about our goblin cousins. This next entry is not a character, but rather an item. In fact, it's not even really about an item, but is more of a story. We discover that the titular sword was especially created for a goblin called Loaf, the Garter Goblin, and no, that name is not explained. Loaf was due to duel a rival called Isk the Grey-Legged Wanderer, and was gifted the sword by, well, I'm just going to quote the name of the weaponsmith. The Great Elf, the Blacksmith Elf, the Maker of Nails, the White Wizard of the Elfin Mire. Quite the title, certainly. The story does note that this was the elf's first attempt at forging a weapon, and the Maker of Nails moniker would suggest that their expertise may have traditionally lain with the mundanities of metalwork rather than the extraordinary. This is horrifyingly borne out by the fact that, although the sword does look rather impressive, the practicality of it in the hands of a goblin was seemingly not a major consideration. Loaf was killed instantly before he could even lift the cumbersome serpent sword, and Isk the Grey-Legged Wanderer turned on his heel and wandered back to the murks of Fell, laughing to himself and eating slices of grit cake.
I wanted to air this because I got sent this and I saw this and I watched most of it. I didn't see it all this morning. It's like 30 minutes long, but I watched part of it. And the guy's saying he's criticizing me because you do that, you don't get banned by the algorithm. And he's just one server coming on the waves we created. So he pretty much gets it. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name, Extra Chill Goblin. We always like goblin jokes. I don't know why. I made goblin jokes years ago. They became super viral, so whatever. Yeah. We'll air that. So here's Extra Chill Goblin, and then Harrison Smith takes over. Here it is. Extra Chill Goblin. He pretty much gets it. Dirty. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name. Extra Chill Goblin Vomit, Slop, and Blood. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's got a goblin guide charging into a goblin's nest. I don't want to see him kissing goblins. I just don't want to catch him in bed with a goblin. Literal vampire belly goblins are hobbling around coming after us. Extra chill goblin.
Hey, whoa, hey. Yeah, okay, sorry. I've got the OBS update, and I don't understand how it works and what stuff to press, but I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me right now. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, or if there's any issues at all with the audio. You guys got to tell me, because otherwise I will not know. Gang, what is going on? I hope you're all having a blast of a time. This should be good tonight. The Alex Jones Goblin dubstep song goes too hard, makes me laugh every time. That's nice of you to say, 275 Loop. Yeah, the gobstep. I gotta admit, mostly like the dubstep parts of that song are just garage band loops that I got, but I think I put it together in a cool way, and I edited in all the Alex Jones lines. You know, you can do that. You know what I mean? It's all right.
I thought it was entertaining and informative.
Yeah, there you go. That's right, Alex. Yo ho ho, 35. Yo, we got the Goodio. The Goblin Studio? Audio? Oh, right. Audio, because we were talking about audio. Yes, definitely want to do a shout out over here to Inside Left. I haven't seen this channel before. Very small, 768 subscribers, but like this is a fun video, right? Like it's hard for me to imagine a video that is more suited to my interests than this one. The Goblins of Labyrinth and what they can teach us about power, art, and public services. I feel like I'm always making videos where I'm like, I am not really talking about this thing, but I know this is the more interesting thing. I want to talk about this other thing, but I know you guys will listen if I talk about if I say I'm talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of like whatever bread tube like leftist YouTubers will be like, let's talk about the new Smurfs movie, but then it's actually about, I don't know, some fucking essay by Adorno that they sort of shoehorn into the story and make it make sense. This one was so funny that the turn, like when I was watching it, I was like, I'm not sure if this is like what this is going to be about. And then like all of a sudden he's like, it reminds me of David Graeber's The Dawn of Everything. And he's there, starts talking about, how, yeah, here we go. Societies govern, themselves, claim to any universality about humanity's orange. He's like, yeah, the goblins also probably tried out a variety of systems of governance or whatever. Yeah, but really good. I gotta shout this guy out. Inside Left. The whole video about goblins too. Wow, okay, he's got a ton of videos. Whoa, the lesser evil politics. You should vote for lesser evil. Why do we need unions? Okay, all right. So yeah, see, here's the evolution of everybody goes through this, where it's like, hey, I'm being straight up about the stuff I want to talk about. Yeah. This is why, like, voting. Oh, hey, you should learn about the power of utopia, re-energize your politics, blah, blah, blah. And then a few videos of that and being like, actually, okay, let me try a different tactic. My 3 big problems with Alien versus Predator 2004. And then in this one, there we go. I can already see from the Predators are fasci colonial. I think it's going to actually be about, like, fascism. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. And I'm only seeing I'm seeing myself in the channel. Okay, I'm not trying to clown on this guy. I think he makes good stuff. From what I've seen, I got nothing against him. But guys, come on, you gotta go give him some love. This he's almost at 1,000 subscribers. He's got 78 videos, like so much content. And how fun is that Goblin one? That one looks fun to me. That one looks very fun. Goblins are fun, they're fun little creatures. And I mean, I guess they're not, are they, I was going to say, like, were they from Lord of the Rings? No, they were not from Lord of the Rings. They existed before that. Orcs are from Lord of the Rings, and goblins and orcs. We were talking in the Discord server about how J.R.R. Tolkien, when he was writing about orcs, he just sort of thought they were the same thing as goblins, and then I think they kind of separated. You know what? I don't really know. That's my understanding, but I could totally be wrong about that. Goblins are a great window into the soul. Yeah, people say the eyes are the window to the soul. No, that's wrong. It's goblins. Goblins, they are the window of the soul. It's a funny word, honestly. Goblins. Like, you know what? Like, I probably talk about this a lot. The thing that makes words funny, right? You know what that is? It's hard consonants. I mean, there's a variety of things that make words funny, but most funny words have hard consonants in them, Pickle, booty, goblin. That's like, there's like multiple hard consonants, right? there's a lot of been a lot of speculation about this. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but Goblin's got 2 hard consonants in it, and it's like one of the funniest words. If you listen to how Alex Jones says it, when Alex Jones talks about goblins, he hits the B in goblins so hard, and it makes it funnier because it's using that hard consonant. He's like, goblins. I can't quite do it. Goblins. We got an army of goblins. Something like that. But yeah, you got to hit the hard consonants, you know? And sometimes I find when I'm trying to say words funnier, something that I'm often trying to do, honestly, because sometimes if the joke isn't that funny, you can just make the words funny. I don't know. Maybe it's like a weird instinct I have. But sometimes when I'm trying to say like a funny word that doesn't have any hard consonants in it, I sort of like make it like sometimes I'm trying to say ass. Like I even sort of did it just there, but ass, like butt, you know, like the swear word, the A word, as you might call it if you're like 10 years old. Ass doesn't have any hard consonants, but you can kind of like almost say the A like really abruptly. You're like ass. You know what I mean? Ass. I don't know. Like you can do a weird little hard consonant that's almost like going from the absence of sound to just like that, the middle of that, the timbre of the A. God, I'm really not explaining this well, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh man, my ass is tired. It's like, my ass is tired. You know what I'm saying? I can demonstrate it, I guess, but I can't really explain it. Anyway, what on earth am I even talking about right now? But yes, no, I'm a little bit obsessed about this sort of thing. Guys, all right, we got lots going on today. We got drama. We got Bohemian Grove stuff. We've got other stuff. I don't know. We have some things. And oh yeah, Alex was drunk and speaking in hard consonants, extra unintelligible on Tim Pool this week. Oh yeah, was that this week? Damn. Yeah, I saw some clips of that. Really good, really great stuff. He's I hope he's okay. Honestly, he kind of sounds like he's dying. Yeah, can we look that up, I wonder? Tim Pool, Alex Jones. 8 months ago? No. Wasted Alex Jones. Kind of, is it not like the original? Like, does Tim Pool not upload it to his thing? What's Timcast IRL? I don't know enough about Tim Pool. Actually, I mean, you know, I don't know enough about Tim Pool for this specific situation right now. I know more than enough about Tim Pool to last a lifetime, but which is not that much, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little hard to tell. Oh, Digital Ideas coming. That's Brian Callen. I was like, that sounds like something Alex Jones would talk about, but honestly, all of these things could be. Oh, damn, that's Not So Erudite, I think is her name. She's on Tim Pool. Wow. I met her. Kyla, I think her name is. What am I doing here? Oh, right, I was looking for Alex Jones. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't quite care enough that to look for it. Yes. Sorry, what was that? Roast wounds? Sorry, I'm talking to Goblin Queen right now off mic. Roast wounds, okay. And there's what? A unhinged to the max? No. But this looks like, sorry guys, I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. This yes, Goblin Queen. I got you. I have the video up. But is this somebody's like essay on it, or is this just like a clip?
About this and so much more is the
Okay, sure. We can watch this.
The great Alex Jones.
Oh boy.
The great.
Oh boy.
Who are you? What do you do?
I was thinking about Joe Rogan's vagina right now.
That's a weird way to introduce yourself, Alex.
Well, Joe, how about I just take you all on
Wait. Okay, so is it not going to show the context of that, or was that the?
right now? You guys are tough. You're pretty tough. How about we just fight right now? You're real men. All of you. Come on, let's go.
Okay, well, I can give you some context because I guess it's not going to happen in this. They were talking about how Joe Rogan, there's going to be a fucking UFC fight at the White House. So, yeah, yay, I guess. And Joe Rogan was like, I'm a little nervous about this UFC fight at the White House because, like, there's going to be a lot of important people there. And with this war with Iran, you know, like, they could really take out a lot of people with one strike. And, I mean, yeah, at first I was like, come on, that's ridiculous. And then I was like, well, I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's not the dumbest thought that Joe Rogan's ever said. But I think right before that clip, they played a clip of Joe Rogan saying that or talked about him saying that. And then Alex Jones' response is like, I've been thinking about Joe Rogan's vagina. He's got a big old vagina because he's so afraid of a little war or whatever. I can't, that's a tough accent to do. I'm trying to do, yeah, I don't know. My Alex Jones impression is really just like a Texas accent with like a gravelly voice. And then to also add drunk into that, I'm not advanced enough, I don't think, to really pull it off. But let me see. Maybe if I watch more of this, I'll get it.
Joe Rogan is the goddess. His holy vagina realizes it's a threat.
It really is not as funny when they bleep out the word vagina. Why you gotta bleep out vagina is a medical term.
My own creation.
What? Wait, what did he say here?
Threat.
I don't.
Made obsolete by our own creation.
Indeed.
A giant Joe Rogan pussy right up there. We're like, I mean, elevated,
like a jellyfish.
Teleported up into Joe Rogan's vagina.
I think you don't want to leave. I think you want to keep talking about this.
The other thing, so okay, this is annoying because like it really isn't the context. It's just him saying drunk shit. He was like, I gotta go. It's like 20 minutes into it's supposed to be like a 3-hour show or something, and they're like really, really big. Like they have so many views, these videos of Tim Pool, and Alex Jones is hammered drunk, like right off the top, and he's like, I gotta go. I gotta leave. You guys have been great. And everybody's like, what? We planned this for months, dude. This is you need this, man. What are you doing? And he's like, I gotta go. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. But then he doesn't go. He stays. That's why Tim's like, I kind of think you want to stay, man. You know when your friend is like trying to leave a party, but he just keeps saying goodbye over and over again, and you're like, you're not leaving, man. Like you are not leaving. This goodbye has lasted an hour already.
Into Joe Rogan's vagina.
I think you don't want to leave. I think you want to keep talking about this.
I want the memes of Joe Rogan's vagina. You imagine having.
All right, so recently Tim Pool had Alex Jones on his podcast.
Okay, so it is a little video essay. I don't really.
Which led to one of the most unhinged episodes. One of the main reasons for this was that Alex Jones.
I'm sorry. I'm sure Roast Wounds is good, but I just want to see like Alex Jones talk.
The episode began with Alex Jones, Lon Rogan.
The great.
The U.S. is currently engaged in a war.
That really does help. Joining us tonight to talk about this and so much more is the great Alex Jones.
Oh boy.
The great. Who are you? What do you do?
I was thinking about Joe Rogan's vagina right now.
He's like, who are you? What do you do? Who am I and what do I do? 3 words. We'll answer both questions. Joe Rogan's vagina.
That's a weird way to introduce yourself, Alex.
Well, Joe's like, I love Joe, but like, oh my God, we better not have an event. The terrorists might get us. We just give up and go away. We can't ever have a meeting because the Iranians might stick their ding dong at us. I think Joe's afraid of the Iranian ding dong.
You're a Joe Rogan commentator, professional.
No, I like Joe. I mean, a little bit, here. I'm surprised by Joe saying that. Like, oh, let's not have a UFC event.
Well, I don't think
the Iranians might get us. I mean, I'm against the war. Let's be clear, but let's keep the buses and the trains and the airplanes on time. Let's not the fucking Iranians might get us. So
he's already swearing.
I'm already swearing. Got to follow every little AI rule. No. Here's the deal. Let's
Here's
all just hide Joe
Here's ill. Here's ill. Here's ill, everybody.
Rogan's vagina, and then we'll all be safe.
Jesus. Good to have you, Alex. It's
Like a
going to be fun. We can already
giant
tell.
Joe Rogan vagina.
Luke is sitting
and we
next
all
to
just
him.
fly up into it, and we're all safe.
Safe and Joe.
Thanks for coming. Luke.
What an introduction.
You
How do
heard
I top
dancing
that?
like safe under her black wings. I'm safe in Joe Rogan's big ass pussy vagina.
Well, there you go.
Like that? Yep.
Luke's here.
There's that. Yes. I don't know how
Thought
you
you'd
top
have that
that.
tonight?
Good to be here with some old
I
friends.
declare war on Joe Rogan.
No one can compete with Alex Jones in this situation. You can't. This is supposed to be a show where they discuss politics. That simply isn't going to happen. Once Alex Jones has decided he's made a joke that got a laugh, he's going to keep repeating Joe Rogan's vagina the whole time he's there and get even more drunk than he is right now until it's actually like, it's kind of worrying by the end of it.
God has ordered me. Nah, I love Joe. It's a joke.
He's going to show up at your house.
Okay, I guess
Alex.
Luke's here.
Yeah. Hi guys. You two.
Then Alex Jones proceeds to pull the classic drunk guy move, which was to challenge
Skipping ahead
everyone
here.
in the room.
What about this?
Butthole.
No.
Well, they're like, that's
Butthole.
the main target. Is like,
Well, I mean,
So he did move on to Joe Rogan's butthole.
Trump is a target.
Iran would
imagine.
much prefer to get rid of the neocons that are pressure.
Look at Tim still trying to make it about politics. And what you're saying, what I think Alex means is,
Bring Trump to engage in war. For
you know
sure.
about Pastor Manning, right? The fucking butthole, right?
you heard about the butthole. Sorry, you see, you're almost talking about neocons or something. I was talking about a butthole.
The what?
Burn, 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 burn.
I know.
Yep, pull up Pastor Manning. It's the prophecy of Trump.
What's his name?
The
Ezra
prophecy of
Manning?
Trump.
All right, let's have to have some fun. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Did he discuss his taint? Yeah, I think we might have skipped right from the vagina to the butthole. So yeah, that was probably in some of the parts I skipped over.
It's all humor. I love Joe Rogan. I love President Trump.
Now, this is already bad enough, but as the podcast progresses,
He's got the
it
hat
reaches
on.
a point.
Look at that hat too. Old school. They don't even make hats like this. You gotta get in a time machine and go to the mall in 2006. Hang on. Now look at him. Did you guys see that? How it jumped? His face got redder as I jumped ahead. Awesome. All right. Okay. Let's towards the end here.
You don't want to leave. I think you want to keep talking about this.
I want the memes of Joe Rogan's vagina.
Let me try to translate what he just said. I want the Biebs. The Biebs? Like, is that like the Justin Bieber? People used to call him the Biebs. No, that can't be right. The Beeves? The Beeve? Beaver, maybe? Is it like a beaver joke?
You imagine how these. Imagine how big it's about.
It's like he is fully ruining Tim Pool's show. But even then, people can't. They don't really seem mad, I don't think. They're kind of like, oh, God. This show's fucking ruined. But, all right. It's kind of funny, I guess.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll come back next few days. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, the memes. You're right. You're right. XOXO Forever X2 is on my side though. He is a believer. Yes. I believe in the truth.
Talk to Lisa. She'll get you set up.
You've done well, Lord Vader.
You so well, Vader.
Do it. I love you guys.
Do it. All right, man. Thanks
Thanks,
for coming,
Alex.
brother.
Good.
Take care of yourself, man.
Use the
Love
Force,
you guys.
Jones.
Luke
you-
Radowski.
Doesn't
I knew
leave.
this guy like 20 years ago.
You
Doesn't
did.
21
leave.
years now.
21 years.
Doesn't quite remember the guy who's been sitting next to him the whole time, and he's like, "I know you from somewhere." It's like, "Oh yeah, well, what's that? What do you I don't know you for?"
First time we met, hotel room.
No.
It got creepy.
Pete Tutu.
No intention of leaving. All right, I'll see you guys later. Hey, what do I do? He's like, look, he turns to the other side and he like acts like that guy just like jumped out at him. Oh, Luke. Oh, didn't see you there.
When did we first meet?
We met in Chicago during the 9/11 Truth Rally with the Lone Lantern Society,
Yes.
and we were bullhorning down in downtown Chicago for the 9/11 Truth Rally.
And here we are. You believe
Yeah.
this?
21 years later.
Back to the loose change days.
Man.
Back to those days where we had the family members, the rescue workers, the survivors of 9/11 all speaking out and coming together, asking
What's
for
crazy
the
is I
truth.
know you like 27 years and
Yeah, 21 years. Yeah, 2000. What was it?
Good
2006. 2006. We met. We rallied. We met through the Loose Change, Jason Burmis, and all of those guys. And it's been a crazy ride.
Alex Jones is so bored by this now. He's like, now you're actually giving me the facts. I don't really care. It's like what looks to him. He's like,
Jason Burmis, and all of those guys.
oh God, why did I fucking even acknowledge this guy? He's not funny. When's he gonna talk about a vagina?
Guys. And it's been a crazy ride. We didn't talk for 10 years, but that's okay. We had a fight, but it's fine.
It's been a crazy ride. Yeah, we met that time, and then we didn't really talk at all because it was just. Then now you're here, and you're about to leave, and you saw me, and now I'm saying this.
Dimple.
Yeah. But
See, like no one's got the juice like Alex does. Even hammered drunk, he's a more entertaining broadcaster than anyone on this fucking panel.
But that's how it goes sometimes.
Doesn't he look like Bill Maher?
And Putin. And Bill Maher had a baby. That's me.
Exactly. If Putin and Bill
Exactly. Like that's what you were saying, Alex? Exactly. You weren't saying that.
It's him.
What did he say?
Baby, that's me.
Exactly. If Putin and Bill Maher had a baby, it's him.
He's barely able to follow the conversation. It's like, but Alex, you didn't say that. That was Tim Pool that said that. It's like, exactly. And then he repeats it.
All right, I want to come back soon.
Yeah, anytime, brother.
Love
Anytime.
you guys.
Take care,
I'm
man.
going to sleep.
Appreciate it.
All right.
What does he say? I'm going to go to sleep? I need some extra sleep? What do you say?
It's me.
Exactly. If Putin,
Anytime.
love you guys.
Take care,
I'm
man.
going to sleep.
Appreciate it.
All right.
I need some extra sleep. Like, is he just going to go have a nap and then come back?
Love you guys.
Love you guys, he says. It's a vulnerable moment.
Let's go back to talking about the
Doesn't leave. He still doesn't leave.
having a soul.
Claude having a giant pee-pee.
They're like, okay, Alex, bye, Alex. All right, now we're talking about Claude, the AI bot. Does it have a soul? Alex is like, nah, I'm gonna stay for this. Let me
Claude
say,
having a soul.
Claude having a giant pee-pee.
hey, oh my God, Alex, Claude has a giant pee-pee. Also, yes, a subject of debate. Does Claude have a soul? Probably not. Does Claude have a giant pee-pee? I think there's a little nuance to be had here.
It's got a soul.
Claude has an 8-foot dick.
So here's I think the big issue comes down to this. By all means, you can argue it doesn't have a soul, it's not alive. But if you put a human being behind
So overall that was
Anyway, I appreciate Roast Wounds for
feeling like
chopping that up a bit for us. It was really funny. I did watch it, and I saw some clips here and there. It's also a little worrying though. He doesn't seem like he's okay. I mean, is that worrying? I don't know. Maybe not. But he's not doing well. That was a very funny, hilarious, like rock bottom, I would say. Excuse me, for somebody to have, not to make it too real. We like to have fun around here, and we don't typically like to acknowledge the uncomfortable realities of life. But what are you gonna do? That's Jill Goblin. I don't know. Is that Jill Goblin? No, that's not really Jill Goblin. Okay, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Let's do the thing that I made the thumbnail about. Okay, cool. Boom. Obsidian. All right, let's talk about this. So, as many of you know, I've been working for a while on a video about Bohemian Grove. The big grove is a big San Francisco kind of redwood forest. Gorgeous, beautiful, Sonoma County, I think it's called, is the area it's in. This grove where the elite of America come to gather once a year for a couple weeks to just hang out and party and get drunk and potentially, like who knows what happens there. It's a little mysterious. It's a literal secret society called the Bohemian Club that does this. And one of the big exposés of this, speaking of Alex Jones, was Alex Jones's movie, Dark Secrets, Inside Bohemian Grove. And that came out in 2000. And he was able to sneak a camera into Bohemian Grove and film the sacred ceremony, the cremation of care, as well as he filmed a couple other things too. But that was in 2000. And what also came out in 2000 is this documentary, Secret Rulers of the World. This documentary, I say, as I show a thing that doesn't work. But and this is called Secret Rulers of the World, Bohemian Grove, and it was by John Ronson. And actually, John Ronson snuck into Bohemian Grove with Alex Jones. In fact, Ronson was the guy who convinced Jones to do this and gave Jones like the information and connected him with people who actually knew how to sneak into the Grove. Like, he really made it happen. You wouldn't have Bohemian Grove Dark Secrets without John Ronson. In fact, you probably wouldn't have Alex Jones' entire post-2000 career without John Ronson. I don't know. This was like a big moment for him. The Bohemian Grove, this was like the assassination of the Archduke Ferdinand kind of thing. Like, it's like, had massive repercussions throughout history. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit in the weeds here. I'm trying to get to something else. But in this movie, in this documentary, documentary series done by, what's his name? John Ronson. By the way, if you don't know John Ronson, he did The Men Who Stare at Goats, So You've Been Publicly Shamed is a good one, The Psychopath Test. He's done a lot of, I think, really good books and documentaries and stuff. He's really, I think, a very good journalist, and he's like funny and a good writer and stuff. And he gets good information. But anyway, in the process of researching Bohemian Grove, he really wanted to interview somebody who had been to Bohemian Grove. And this is a secret society. It's really, really secret. Really secret. And there was only one guy, that would agree to speak with him on the record, and it was Harry Shearer. So let me show you that now. Harry Shearer. You know Harry Shearer? He's the guy from he plays Mr. Burns on The Simpsons. Hang on. Okay, I think I got to turn this down because it seemed like it was like extremely loud. One sec. All right, there we go. Okay, I'll try this. 40. That's Mike. That's Alex Jones' cameraman. All right, buddy. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I don't know if you guys can really hear this. Hang on 1 second. 1 second here. Check. Okay, so you can hear me, but this isn't coming through. Yep. This is what I need. This one. I think this will work.
Of course, all the Bohemian Grove attendees I approached for interviews declined. All, that is, except for one. Harry Shearer is the voice of Mr. Burns in The Simpsons, and he plays the character of Derek Smalls in This Is Spinal Tap. Harry Shearer visited the Grove on one occasion and agreed to tell me what he saw. How did you get to go to Bohemian Grove?
A son of a member, I think, was dispatched to...
Yeah. Yo ho 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 ho. Totally agree with you here. Mr. Burns would... Oh, wait. Why did it retract your message right as I was reading it? Dang it. What the hell, YouTube? That's ridiculous. But I remember the thrust of your message was... Mr. Burns totally would go to Bohemian Grove. And you're right. Yeah, that's the exact type of guy who would go to Bohemian Grove. But anyway, actually, Mr. Burns literally did go to Bohemian Grove. So hang on, let's keep watching here. Maybe that's why they reached out to him to go. They were like, who plays that Mr. Burns character? God, he's so relatable. Best character on The Simpsons by far. The only one who I actually think is right about everything, you know. Let's get that guy. Let's bring him on. Anyway, so here's him explaining that
occasion and agreed to tell me what he saw. How did you get to go to Bohemian Grove?
A son of a member, I think, was dispatched to, to be delicate about it, Jew the place up a little bit.
So this was in the 90s when they were like, fuck, we have barely any Jews. We got Kissinger. He's Jewish, but that's pretty much it. We got to get more Jews. Mr. Burns? And they got Harry Shearer. That's how he was in. He got it. You know, that's maybe not. That's what he's saying happened. But But yeah, for a long time, there was like no Catholics, no Jews, no black people. And now they have very few of those groups, but some. Anyway.
A son of a member, I think, was dispatched to, to be delicate about it, Jew the place up a little bit. I was.
There's no Jews.
Well, Henry Kissinger is reputed to be a Jew. One of the things that I love in a humorous way about the place is that they allow members of the San Francisco Symphony and the San Francisco Opera to be associate members and to live in less luxurious surroundings, just allow people to play in the orchestra and to, do the makeup for the shows, because they really take that show stuff seriously. I mean, that's one of the things that I think is sort of great and silly about them. If they were really seriously about the task of running the world in secret conspiracy, I don't think they'd be doing so much drag.
Aren't they cute? No.
So they dress up in drag?
Well, they have to be.
Oh, I forget this woman's name. I should really know this, but this is one of the people who helped Alex Jones and John Ronson sneak into the Grove. She lives nearby. She's this like activist, leftist, woman who's protesting all the I don't know, just like general evil shit that the powerful elites do, and she lives in like a really cool house right near Bohemian Grove. I think you'll see a little bit of the house right
because here. If they put on plays and there's no women up there.
Yeah, that's why they dress in drag. It's not like because trans people are evil and the rich want people to be trans. It's that they have a big party where only dudes can be there, and they put on plays, and so dudes have to dress up as women. So
they have to take the parts. And the plays that we've gotten the feedback on, they're all very, very sexist. Very sexist.
You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to know that this is a get-together of very powerful guys. Whatever it is they're doing there, whether they're running the world or just reliving their adolescence, they're a self-selected group of powerful...
This is some of Alex Jones footage that we're watching right here.
White Christian Americans.
Right there, you can see the owl. I don't know if you can totally see it there, but in the top right corner, there's a big stone owl where they have the ceremony, the cremation of care.
I mean, I love the theories because I do believe that there are these...
See all those firecrackers going off there? There's like a bunch of... There's like pyrotechnics at this ceremony, this ritual.
Self-selected group of powerful white Christian Americans. I mean, I love the theories because I do believe that these people are the only real good narrative writers left in the English language,
I thought that was kind of profound. This point he's making here. He's like, I don't agree with the conspiracy theorists about Bohemian Grove, but I love listening to them because they are the only good writers left. Or what does he say? Hang on. What is it?
Christian Americans. I mean, I love the theories because I do believe that these people are the only real good narrative writers left in the English language,
Conspiracy theorists are the only real good narrative writers left in the English language. Cool.
They do write really good, compelling narratives, but I just don't happen to think they're true.
I kind of feel like that's true. I don't know.
Today, these elite names...
This is David Icke talking about it. Maybe I'll skip ahead here a little bit. I don't know if it does come back to him. Hang on.
And you can imagine, well, I'm in New York and they're keeping me spellbound. Imagine being isolated on a ranch in Montana with nobody except, your son that you're teaching to shoot a rifle. This would be pretty amazing stuff coming through the night to you,
Anyway, I think that's all the clips we need to watch here. But so this guy, Harry Shearer, he got led into Bohemian Grove. All right, you may know him from The Simpsons. He plays Mr. Burns. He plays Kent Brockman. He plays so many characters. Smithers. He plays Burns and Smithers. He's got a very deep voice. Got a very specific voice. He's done a lot of radio. He's got a radio show called Le Show, I think it's called. That's like a satirical, political satire show. He himself, politically, I don't really know where he stands politically. I think he's like kind of like I've seen an interview with him. I don't have it pulled up here or anything, but I saw an interview where he was talking about satire and how you can't be left or right when you do satire. You got to just make fun of whoever's in charge. And that's what I do on his show, Le Show, which I think is his major like creative outlet. Like I don't believe he writes for The Simpsons. Maybe he does, but maybe he like improvises some stuff that makes it into the show and stuff like that. But he's generally like, I will attack whoever's in power, whether that's Democrats or Republicans. So, maybe that's why I don't know. I don't want to make any guesses about why he was chosen to go to Bohemian Grove, but he did get to go to Bohemian Grove. And then he was interviewed in this documentary, and he was like very open about it. And like Ronson said, he was the only guy who'd ever been who was like, yeah, sure, yeah, you can film me talking about it. I don't care. I'm not going back. And this came out in 2000. The one that Alex Jones did came out in 2000. And then this movie came out in, I forget, 2002? Yeah, I think 2002. Teddy Bear's Picnic. Okay? So check this out, gang. Check this out. We've got, there's him on, I always forget, for some reason on Google Chrome, you guys can see my cursor, but on Obsidian, you can't. But right in the middle, I'll just put it in the middle, that's Harry Shearer. Okay, there's Fred Willard in the front row. Michael McKean, also from Spinal Tap, the one of the lead guitarists in Spinal Tap. We've got in the back, I believe that's Bob Einstein, Super Dave, or what's his name? Funkhauser from Arrested Development, or not Arrested Development, Curb Your Enthusiasm. George Wendt, and then this in the back is Alan Thicke. Alan Thicke on the left there. Now, who here's heard of this movie before? He's like, doesn't this seem like a movie that you would have heard of? I was like, what the hell? All of these guys are in this movie? Like, Jesus, even if I just knew Fred Willard was in it, I would have watched it. Like, I had not heard of this. I found this at a random, he also plays Mr. Snrub in one episode. That's funny. Calico Cash. But if like I was so obsessed with DVDs back in the 2000s, I bought literally I had over 2,000 DVDs at one point in my life. I had to after one move, I piled them all into a bunch of boxes and stored them at my parents' house, and then they mysteriously disappeared, but I think that's fine. I don't have anywhere to put all those DVDs. Plus everything's streaming now, so whatever. But like, I know for a fact that I never saw this DVD, never saw this movie anywhere. Otherwise, I would have bought it, or if I was just hearing about it, I would have gone out of my way to get it. Because I like all these guys, and I'm obsessed with all of the what's it called? Christopher Guest movies, Best in Show, For Your Consideration, yada, yada, yada. I would have got this. And I was like, what the hell? And I was looking into this. This movie has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll say it one more time for effect. 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, even that, I feel like that would make me kind of want to see it. I don't know, a little bit. But I could not believe, like, this poster kind of blew my mind when I saw it. I got a little bit crazy because I also knew that Harry Shearer had been to Bohemian Grove, and that this movie, Teddy Bear's Picnic, is based on Bohemian Grove. So check this out. For 51 weeks a year, they run the country. For 1 week, they run amok. Pretty good. Looked into it. Here's an interview with Harry Shearer. So found out here, this movie, Teddy Bear Picnic, was entirely funded by Harry Shearer. He didn't have a deal with some studio. He didn't have he didn't get producers and stuff. He funded the entire thing, and it cost only $500,000. That is like minuscule. That is the cheapest movie of all time. $500,000 is nothing. And the only way he was able to fund this was he said, actually, it's kind of funny. He says here, yes, I was stupid enough to use my own money, which violated the first rule of Hollywood. That's why there's a thank you to Rupert Murdoch at the end of the credits. It's his money. He just doesn't know it. It just kind of flowed through me. It's because he works on The Simpsons, 20th Century Fox, owned by Rupert Murdoch. Anyway, so and I remember because I read this, and when I finally did see the movie, I was watching it for the credits, but I didn't see the Thank you to Rupert Murdoch. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. Anyway, but yeah, he made this Teddy Bear's Picnic movie. Came out just a couple years, and I'm sure like he saw like the way he was talking about conspiracies. He's plugged into the conspiracy world. He literally said that they are the only people who know how to write good narrative nowadays. I'm sure he watched Dark Secrets, and I'm sure he was like, "Huh, yeah, that's interesting. I kind of want to make a movie about this. I kind of want to make a movie about this myself." You know, all the reviews on IMDb are pretty bad and talk about it being Bohemian Grove propaganda. Interesting. Who wrote and directed it? Harry Shearer. Harry Shearer wrote and directed this. The Mr. Burns. The guy who plays Mr. Burns, and Derek Smalls in Spinal Tap. All right. Now, I got to say, I watched the movie. It's not perfect, okay? This is not Citizen Kane. This is not whatever, but it's good. Like, it's funny. Watch it. It's not bad at all, okay? It's good. I got to also shout out Stubbins in the chat for hooking me up because this movie is nowhere. It is not streaming on any of the platforms. It is not, you know... You can't even pay money to see it, okay? It's not anywhere. It's nowhere. But Stubbins here. Yes, my man, my person was able to find a link to it on Internet Archive. So I have been able to watch it. I got a copy of it here. And I thought it was, like, it's funny. It's not perfect, but it's 0% on Rotten Tomatoes is ridiculous. I kind of feel like the Bohemian Grove guys squashed it on purpose, you know? Because like I'm saying, like, I've spent like years of my life wandering through like DVD stores, combing through the fucking used, discount bins, looking at all the fucking new releases, all the buy one get one free section. Like I for a large period of my life, I was obsessed with movies. I watched so many movies. It blows my mind that I had never heard of this until recently. Now, all right. So I watched the movie. And wait, is there anything else I want to say? Okay, no. I watched the movie, and actually, I think that I think this might be one of the best films you could watch to truly understand what Bohemian Grove is actually like. So, okay, let's start with this. So remember in this video here, the one where they interviewed Harry Shearer, when they're talking to this woman, shoot, I wish I could remember what her name was, whatever. But she's saying, yes, they do a bunch of plays and they're very sexist, all right? Very sexist. So in Bohemian Grove, they don't just do that ceremony with the owl statue and stuff. They also do just plays. They do random plays, and they call the plays jinx. They call the plays high jinx and low jinx. Oh, I should also mention, sorry, I'm a little bit out of order here, but they don't use the term Bohemian Grove in the movie. It's called the Zambesian Glen, or something like that, or Zambezi Glen, and they're Zambesians who go there. But it's definitely Bohemian Grove, right? And so, in real life, they call these plays hijinks, and in Teddy Bear Picnic, they call them frolics. Okay, so let me show you. First, I'll show you like what the some examples of the plays are from the movie. So this is from Teddy Bear Picnic. There's a couple shots where they're just like quickly panning across posters for these different and like programs for these different plays. So here's one here. Caesar, I hardly met her. Like a RuPaul joke. Caesar, I hardly met her. Around the World in 80 Lays. And there's like a bunch of girls there. Remember how the lady was saying they're all sexist plays? Around the World in 80 Lays. Arabian Night Blindness. All right. Now I want to show you guys some actual posters and, programs from actual Bohemian Grove jinx. Okay. The Sin of Ophelia Grab. This is from 1968. Man, the Bohemian Grove shit, that's been going on since the 19th century. It's an old ass thing. So this one's from 1968. Ophelia Grab. and this one was apparently a play about the sex workers who live near Bohemian Grove that they would go to. Oh, actually, I think, yeah, here's one. Broadway or Bust, Low Jinx, Bohemian Grove, 1951. I don't know if is bust supposed to be like a pun on like, boobs, maybe? The Jinx of the Sphinx. Oh, didn't mean to move that. The Jinx of the Sphinx, Bohemian Grove, Low Jinx. 84 is this one. Nature's Way, and there's like a bunch of guys carrying off naked girls and stuff. Low Jinx, Bohemian Grove, 77. Oh, Chicken Ranch. This one's new. 2017. Newish. 2017 Low Jinx, Chicken Ranch. And this one here. The Con Game. KHAN, Con Game. So like, this one doesn't look sexist. I'll say that about this one. Feels a little bit maybe culturally inappropriate, but it's 1963. What else are they going to talk about at Bohemian Grove in 1963 aside from casual racism? How they're planning to kill Kennedy? What do you want from them? But I just think it's funny because like the Con Game was here, and then we've got like. It's just like very tortured puns, right? Arabian Night blindness. Caesar, I hardly met her. So this is like sort of what the Jinx are like. Now, all of the like stuff that I've read about it, I mostly don't hear from people who have actually been to the Grove. Not as in like Alex, who like he hovered outside and like awkwardly like, didn't talk to anybody, and he kind of snuck away and hid underneath a fucking porch for like hours, and then he got up and filmed some stuff. Harry Shearer was actually there hanging out with people. So as a lot of these are all Bohemian Grove exclusives. And now another interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people realize about Bohemian Grove is just the Grove they go to once a year. There's also the Bohemian Club that they all belong to, right? The Bohemian Club exists. It's like a building in San Francisco, and the Bohemian Club, they put on plays for members only, I believe twice a week. So they have like a lot of stuff going on aside from just, hanging out in the woods in the summertime. They do they do actual shit. Do you think they're doing in canon yellowface for the Con Game? I mean, yeah, 100% they are. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely not enough Asian people. 1963. I mean, I don't even know if there are any Asian people there now. I haven't looked through the thing. I don't think there are many, if any. But yeah, they definitely would be doing that. Okay, so this is just one example of a thing here. But the plays themselves, I've heard, are quite bad. They're not. They're not like satirical. It's not like a court jester or something who's able to like make fun of the rich, like the king or whatever. Like no. These are plays written for rich people to enjoy, and they don't have any kind of edge to them. They don't have like a political point to make usually. They're just like really lame. Is the rumor here, the hijinks. So I want to show you guys a section from this movie where it shows the rehearsal for a Jinx, and I'll just play a short clip here. YouTube, this is transformative. This is a transformative. I'm showing these clips from a copyrighted movie, but it's fine actually because I'm transforming it. Okay, Optimus Prime style. What? You know what I mean? It's turning into something because I'm commenting on it. That's what it is. God, I feel like I'm doing. Those old old people on Facebook would be like, I hereby do not give Facebook permission to use my photos, likeness, or thoughts without my permission. And it's like, that don't do anything. That that isn't going to do anything. They just post it as their status. Please copy paste this and post this on your status to prevent Mark Zuckerberg from stealing your original thoughts and copyright ideas. I hereby declare that all of my photos are my personal property and shall not be infringed upon by anyone like Mark Zuckerberg or herein thou whereof forthwith. All right, here we go.
Speaking of which, where is...
Yeah. They're the ones that ruin puns for everyone. Yeah, just wait. So here's Harry Shearer, Simpsons guy. Like, this guy's been around a lot of great comedy. Okay, Spinal Tap, Best in Show, all of the fucking, for your consideration, all of the Christopher Guest movies. This guy's been around for it all. He was on SNL. He was on all kinds of shit back in the day. And so he had to sit through some of these plays. All right. Here is how he wrote. Here's how he chose to depict what he calls in this the frolics of Zambezi Glen.
Is my wife? Have you written her into this conversation, pray, good author?
You best ask Francis Bacon.
Sorry, I'm cutting down on bacon. Anyway, my wife, where is that good woman? And Energy.
And hang on, I feel like it's a little quiet, yeah? Should I turn it up a bit, or maybe not? Hang on.
Out, damn Spot. Hi, honey. Spot peed on the rug again. Out, damn Spot.
Lady M, I'd like you to meet Will Shakespeare.
Oh, the good lady and I know each other all too well.
Truly?
She came by yesterday to borrow my spot remover. Can we lose that line? It really sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. No, it's funny. Out, damn Spot. Spot remover. See? Please.
So this is not the performance they do at the Grove. This is the rehearsal process for it. But you get the idea. Was it still quiet? I tried to turn it up. It's at the max that I know how to do. But anyway, you get the idea here. Is there anything I can do here? Dang, it's already turned up all the way on this side. Blah. There would be, because I want to show more clips from this, and if it's a little quiet, I don't know. Yeah. That's Super Dave. That's Funkhauser, R.I.P. Rest in peace, Bob Einstein. He's the brother of Albert Brooks. Finding Nemo. If you know him. Who's Albert Brooks, by the way. His real name is Albert Einstein, but when he got to Hollywood, he was like, I ain't gonna go by that. Let's just go with Brooks. But yeah, then this guy comes in dressed in drag, out damn Spot, and it's just all stupid puns and like dumb jokes written by people who don't really care. And this is only going to be seen by a bunch of rich guys that don't have any taste anyway. And I'm talking about, I had no idea that was his brother. Yeah, I mean, who would? Who would ever know such a thing? So yeah, those are the Jinx. This is sort of like briefly how they're prepared. Okay, so another thing, all right? Bohemian Grove, they have these things called lakeside talks. Now, everybody talks about how the slogan for Bohemian Grove is a Midsummer Night's Dream quote. Midsummer Night's Dream also is Shakespeare, so they're talking about Shakespeare stuff there. But there's a Midsummer Night's Dream quote, "Weaving spiders come not here." And what that means in the context of Bohemian Grove is, hey, we're all the most powerful people in America, / some of you are not from America, but you're just powerful in the world. We're all really powerful, and we work really hard. And it's really stressful being like titans of industry and billionaires and whatever, It's a lot of fucking stress. It's a lot of weight on our shoulders. So when we come to Bohemian Grove, we don't talk about that shit. Weaving spiders come not here. It's like let's not talk about work. Let's just hang out and bro out. And, nobody's going to weave a fucking spider web. Come not here with that shit. We're just going to do what we've got to do as guys. All right? That's the vibe. That's the vibe that they put forward. Now, of course, a lot of conspiracy theorists who get really into Bohemian Grove are like, that's kind of ruins their idea of the Grove because they think of it as all of these rich guys come together and they plot and they scheme and they plan. Well, there is actually, like, first of all, 100% they do that. Like, at least a little bit. But like, there's like 2,000 people in this fucking forest that are all really rich. And they're going to meet each other and be like, you think no one is ever going to just be like, yo, by the way, we should fuck over the poor a little bit more than we are. 100% that happens. In fact, there's multiple examples of that happening. But for the most part, that is discouraged. It does seem to be the case that is discouraged officially. But there is an exception to that where they have these things called lakeside talks. Now, here's the best photo I can find of this. This is a lakeside talk. So it's right by the lake on Bohemian Grove. The The owl statue is just, I believe, to the left of where this photo is taken. Excuse me. Or wait, oh no, actually, sorry. Is that the owl the bottom of the owl statue there, right in the middle? Oh, I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, it's so usually when people are watching the cremation of care ceremony at the owl, they're standing on this side of the river, watching everything go down. But the lakeside talks, they have somebody come and they speak at this little podium here. And in this case, this is Helmut Schmidt. Let me see if I can, hang on. I gotta do my old trick where I make everything big because Obsidian doesn't let me zoom in as much as I want. Abby weaving spiders? I don't care. Wow. Way to ruin the spirit of Bohemian Grove. So here we go. There he is. So he's this guy here is Helmut Schmidt, who is the former Chancellor of West Germany, giving a lakeside talk at 1991 Bogrove. Now, but 1991, remember, that's 2 years after the Berlin Wall fell. And this guy's coming here, former Chancellor of East Germany, and he is weaving. Like, this guy is doing politics. This guy's talking. He's telling these people what they want to hear. But, like, this is a common thing. And, in fact, one of the craziest ones that, you know, if I didn't have a photograph of it, you guys would hear me and be like, dude, where do you get this shit from, man? Is this from fucking 8kun fucking made up conspiracy nonsense? Okay. But this really happened this was in 1995. Check this out. George H.W. Bush, who's been a member a long time, all right, long-time member, and he, in 1995, brought his son, George W. Bush, to the Grove to do a speech at a lakeside talk, and he introduced him, and he said, he said, this guy would make a great president one day. And W. Bush gave his little speech here, and this was like essentially the beginning of his presidential, campaign. He came and talked to these wealthy, networked people. So they were all weaving shit here. All right? Lakeside Talks. Now, probably my favorite character in the movie, Teddy Bear Picnic, played by, I think, maybe the funniest guy ever to live. That might be a high praise, but is a guy named Fred Willard. Okay, I know it's not a great picture of him, but maybe you know who he is. He's one of the judges in Best in Show. He's in all the Christopher Guest movies. So funny. And he plays a dim-witted kind of Ronald Reagan type politician giving a lakeside talk. Yes, that's right, Finland. Nixon said his speech at the Bogrove, his lakeside speech, was the most important speech of his career. He did say that, yeah. And yeah, and what's the guy's name to his left? I think his name's John Michael Higgins or something like that. Higgins, he's in a lot of shit. Oh, that's interesting. J.D. Vance was born with the surname Bowman. The founder of Bohemian Grove Club just happened to be named James F. Bowman. Coincidence? No, I think that was J.D. Vance. I think that was actually him, for real. Okay, and I wanted to show you guys this clip too. Yeah, should I just do that? We might get copyright struck, but I mean, there's no way to watch this video, right? I feel like I should be allowed to do this. But yeah, I do want to show this because it is kind of funny. 3040. So again, this is a movie written by a guy who actually did go to Bohemian Grove and experience it. And I would say probably thought that it was a little bit lame and made this movie depicting the people there as kind of like idiots doing stupid stuff. And he did not think it was cool. So, all right, here we go.
So even if it didn't give me great pleasure to be great.
Oh, sorry. Fuck, it is quiet though. Is there any way I can boost the volume on this? Hang on now. Wait a minute. This is annoying. Okay. No, I can do this. I can totally do this. I can totally do this. Yo, this isn't even a problem. Hang on now. Gang, I know what to do. I'm not dumb. Teddy bear picnic. No, it's not going to work, is it? Sorry. Oh, God. This is the worst. This is the worst. Hang on. Okay. What should I do? Trying to figure out, because I do want the sound to be good. Volume boost. I believe I have a volume boost thing on. Yeah, I do. Maybe this will work. Oh, maybe this will work. This, I say, knowing that you guys can't see what I'm talking about, but hoping that you just don't care and you just want to hear me say words. You don't mind if they don't make any sense. Can I open videos in Chrome? It's so crazy, it just might work. I mean, it probably won't work, but it's worth a try. I mean, you know what? It is on. Hang on. Oh, I don't believe that I can. I don't believe that I can. All applications. Let's just see. Let's just try. Let's try it. Crazier things have happened. Oh, no, it did. It worked, kind of. Yeah, it worked. Okay. Whoa, I'm freaking out over here. All right. Here we have it. Yeah, so here's the thing. And, okay, I forget what the name of the time code here was. 3043. Okay, so I should be able to boost the volume on this now. Hang on. Yeah, like whatever. It's not like an incredible movie. 0% on Rotten Tomatoes is crazy. I think there was only like 5 reviews or something, but and let me get my volume booster up here. And let me zoom in for y'all. All right, here we go. Lakeside, and in this, they don't call it Lakeside Talks. Totally different. This is not about Bohemian Grove. It's about Zambezi Glen, and they call them Lakefront Talks. All right, here we go.
And interlocutor for this year's Lakefront Talks, just for its own sake, it was still...
Realizing now there's double audio. Guys, I know what's happening. All right, how about this? And is that a little too loud even? I overcompensated. Hang on. How about this?
It'll be worthwhile to present this distinguished speaker to you. So please join me in welcoming to speak on the fascinating topic of challenges of the future, the senior senator from the great, if tiny, state of Rhode Island, Senator Roger Dickey. Yardline Roger, let's get him up here.
Thank you. And that's a big Rhode Island, thank you. As a guest here and not yet a member,
I will say, I think that, like, it's only a $500,000 movie, like, you know, very low budget, and I think a lot of people are in it for free just because they're friends with Harry Shearer. But the one thing that, like, the biggest thing that kind of makes it not work for me, like, I think overall it does work, but the thing that takes me out of it every time is that whenever it goes to a crowd shot, you never get the sense that there's a lot of people there, you know? Like, when we're talking about the people at Bohemian Grove watching the Lakeside Talks, like, you know, there are tons of people, but it'll cut to a crowd of like 10 people and it doesn't look like there's that many more. Anyway, I'm nitpicking. Okay, I'm nitpicking.
I know I can't address you as fellow Zambesians, but I do know that I can address at least some of you today as fellow worshippers of the wood nymph.
That's in the movie. Sorry, I'm ruining it. I'm coming in to explain everything, but in the movie, that's the wood nymph is the name of one of the drinks that they have. It's like a mixed drink called a wood nymph, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta have the wood nymph." Oh. So he's making a joke there, and that actually, now that I'm already interrupting it, that actually lines up with a lot of the speeches that we've seen, like Reagan's speeches. Reagan started one of his speeches with a joke. Like a lot of these speeches have jokes, and they have like, as Domhoff describes it, he's one of the big Bohemian Grove kind of scholars. He's like, they often have a lighter touch than like a lot of speeches that you would have seen them. I think Reagan had some joke about how he was getting forgetful. He was like, one of the most important things to remember in life the most important things in life is to have a good memory, and I forget the other things, or something like, it was something like that. So it was like not comedians, but politicians doing jokes, like lame, again, like kind of politician jokes. And Fred Willard is the master of lame jokes. Master of them.
You particularly. Come on. Seriously, in these beautiful surroundings and with the cream of America here to fellowship with, I started thinking how sad it is that we in government can't come together more often to share ideas with you in business and arts and education and business. One of the ideas that's been sort of the bedrock of my political philosophy ever since I got out of football is this idea of deregulation. Now, we know it's been...
And I gotta point out, deregulation is one of the things Domhoff says is one of the main things that the elite class wants. This is like, they don't want government control over how they run their businesses. So like this speech, I think this speech here is like really smartly written, where he's doing politician stuff that you'd normally see a politician do, but he's specifically gearing it towards the elite. And it's like I don't know. I find it like really interesting because I imagine this is the sort of thing that Harry Shearer saw when he went to Bohemian Grove.
Been good for air travel and banking and broadcasting. So I'm here today to propose to you that we take the handcuffs off the nuclear power industry.
It's like, why don't we deregulate nuclear power? Regulations just get in the way of a good business. It's like the most dangerous like thing that we do in the country shouldn't be regulated at all. Sure, millions may die, but who are we to stand in the way of the free market?
Deregulate the shit out of it and let the magic of the marketplace join hands with the power of the atom. If you fellas disagree, I'd love to share with you about it. Hell, I don't know, maybe I'm way off base on this deal. Okay. Reminds me one time I was blindsided by Dick Butkus in a scrimmage. I had to have my cup surgically removed.
It's not like stealing from the...
And there's the director here, Harry Shearer, playing the head chef or whatever, the guy in charge of the catering. Anyway. Yeah. Isn't this just comedy though? Yeah. This is comedy. I'm not saying this is like a documentary of the actual happenings at Bohemian Grove, but this is written and directed by a guy who actually was there. Actually, this guy, Harry Shearer, he did go to Bohemian Grove, and he had a very different experience than most people who write or secretly film videos of Bohemian Grove, or like Domhoff never even went to Bohemian Grove. He just talked to a bunch of people who had been. Alex Jones went to Bohemian Grove, but he was not hanging out with people. He was not mingling. He was like trying to appear normal, and then probably the hardest thing he ever had to do in his life, Alex Jones, is appear normal. And then he hid in the bushes and filmed one thing and then ran. Harry Shearer went for like the full time and like interacted with people and got a sense of it, and then was like open about it. So I feel like this movie, and keeping in mind, yeah, it is comedy and it is trying to be funny, but like it is a satirical view of what he actually did see. You know what I mean? It is satire. It totally is satire. Oh, you're saying, isn't he making fun of deregulation? Yes, like Harry Shearer is making fun of deregulation in the movie, but the character, played by Fred Willard, this politician guy, is actually like sincerely saying, like, he's trying to be a politician. He's trying to like make these guys happy who might be his donors, right? He's trying to like please all the rich people. And so he's being like, I think it's about time that we started listening to the powerful business people. The business community must join hands with government and the mighty atom or whatever. Yes, it is satire. But the character that is in the world of the movie, I don't know if I'm over-explaining this now, but in the world of the movie, it is something that he sincerely believed. Does that make sense? I think I might have explained that too much. And here's a picture of Bohemian Grove here. We've got hang on. You're not looking at the thing I'm looking at. Here's a picture of Bohemian Grove here, and you'll notice a bunch of people sitting around a table. On the left here, it's Ronald Reagan. On the right here is Richard Nixon. This is just a bunch of guys having a fucking lunch or something, a breakfast in the Grove. And the way it's depicted in the movie, oh shoot, did I not grab a screenshot of it? Oh, I really meant to go back and get one. Well. And you know what? I can find it pretty quick, and it's not. I don't need to go to the Chrome. Hang on. There's but there are parts where they eat at tables that are very kind of similar to that. Where? Maybe I won't find it. Oh, it's towards the beginning. I just saw it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. They're just sitting outdoors, eating at these tables with the, pitcher and stuff. And, it seems like that's what it kind of looks like, I don't know. There's not that many photos of Bohemian Grove. I mean, there's a lot, but there's not an endless amount of them. It's not, you're not supposed to take evidence of what happens there out. But, from the ones that I have seen, I kept seeing shit in this movie and being like, oh, fuck, yeah, so it is like that. Eh? It really is. Now, I think I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted. Oh, here's one other thing. There's whatever. So here's a row of guys dancing in drag. These a lot of, wealthy, powerful elites here dancing in drag in the movie. And then here is an actual photo from the 1957 Low Jinx Shoot the Works from Bohemian Grove of a bunch of guys in drag dressing. Now, I don't know who any of these guys are. Not all of the people actually, most of the people who act in the plays are not, the super rich elite types that join Bohemian Grove. There are also artist members who join in order to put on these plays. And they take most of the bigger roles and stuff, but they do allow walk-on roles from famous people. Colin Powell was in one. There's been a few, George H.W. Bush might do something, or what's his name? Anyway, so they might have walk-on roles, and they usually will give the drag role to a really famous, rich guy who doesn't need to memorize a whole lot of lines. He's got to show up and say one thing, and everybody goes, "Oh my god, I can't believe that was him! Oh my god!" So I don't know if any of these guys are titans of industry types, but this is from reality, from 1957 Low Jinx, and this is from the movie, and so I feel like this is kind of a line, dancing girls, the Rockettes or something like that. This is what they're doing. It seems even look at this one. Broadway or Bust was one of the Low Jinx. It seems like they like to do this type of shit. All right. Now, the most famous thing, though, and I saved this part for last. The most famous thing from Bohemian Grove is easily the cremation of care ceremony. And we know a lot about this. Even before Alex Jones went and filmed it, we already knew, just from accounts, from Dom Hoff's work, from other works, we knew pretty much everything about the ceremony already. It was crazy to get Alex's footage, just insofar as we were able to confirm it was as weird as we had heard. They have this weird kind of flowery it does sound like religious, like a cult. The owl is in his leafy temple. Let all within the grove be reverent before him. And they're standing in front of this big, stone owl. Then there's a It's called the cremation of care. Right over here. This is the real Bohemian Grove, right? It's a little hard to see, but that big blue thing there is like a boat. I was going to say a canoe or like a kayak or something. I don't think that's right. It's like a boat from like, I think, what is that, Greek mythology, where there's like the boatmen or whatever? Excuse me. And the boat gets rowed over, and it's got a body in it, like a casket or something. Or yeah, it's got like a person in it, an effigy of a person, I should say. And that person represents care. That person's name is Care. And what they do, remember, weaving spiders come not here. Like we come here to relax. We don't come here to talk about business. So when at this ceremony, they take the corpse of Care and they cremate it. Literally, they burn it. They put it they light it on fire and they make it into ashes. And when that happens, that's when the big fireworks show happens that I showed you, with all the pyro and all these flames come up, like, and there's a whole fight actually, because as they're about to cremate Care, it turns out is alive, and it's like, you will not burn me. I'm Care, and I will bother you guys and make you think about business when you just want to relax. Ha 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 ha. I don't think you should. I think you should. And then everybody's like, "Oh no, Care is not dead. We are not able to vanquish Care. Wait, we can call on the power of the mighty owl. Oh, great Bohemian owl, won't you listen to us? Please kill Care." And owls are like, "All right, I will kill Care." Ha ha, pow. And then like a bunch of fireworks show up, and then the Care dies, and it's like, you killed me for now, but I'll be back next year, and blah blah blah. And so then they do that. Everybody goes, "Yay, you killed Care," and it represents again, weaving spiders come out here. We're not allowed, sorry. Got a little bit too overexcited. What am I trying to say? Yeah, it represents like, we're not going to care too much. We don't care, and we are just having fun, and we're just going to bro out, and we're not going to care about business, and we're not going to weave any spider webs or anything. That's what it's supposed to represent. All right. Believe it or not, this sacred ceremony, this is the most sacred ceremony, ritual of Bohemian, most sacred part of Bohemian Grove, like by all accounts. Not just, Alex Jones said this. Everyone agrees. Domhoff, Harry Shearer, everyone who goes to Bohemian Grove, everybody who knows anything about Bohemian Grove can say this is the most sacred part, the part that they want people to talk about the least. It's the most important part. This is the only part of the 2-week Bohemian Grove kind of time in the summer. This is the one night that like everyone goes to. Some people only go for one night, and it's this night. So they invited Harry Shearer, and they would have been like, "Do not tell anyone about this. Don't tell anyone about this." Anyway, that's not what this is though. This is different. This is not the cremation of Care. This is something different, and it's called the assassination of time. And oops, I forgot that I wasn't showing you guys on this anymore. One sec. 1557? Was that the time that I had for assassination of time? Oh, yeah. 1547. Hang on now. I think I'm getting good at talking while I'm getting shit ready. Okay, so here is the thing that we just were. Oh God, I hate when I accidentally click on the theme song and it starts going already. No, it's not the end of the stream. I won't play that yet. But if you stay tuned, I will play the Gobstep song again. Okay. Yes. Here we go. That's the one I meant. All right. This might be a little bit too early.
What looks good tonight?
Oh, Biva. I don't know about you, but Bohemian Grove sounds kind of dorky. It 100% is extremely dorky. It's lame. It's like, it's theater kid bullshit, but it's not even put on by theater kids. It's not put on by people who actually know how to make an entertaining show. It's very, very dorky. All right. Yeah. Extreme levels of dorkitude. All right, here we go. Boom. Wait, is that too loud? No, I guess it's fine. Time, the ancient enemy of... So this is what we're looking at here. It's never really specified, but this is exactly what the Bohemian Grove kind of like programs. Like they make programs for this ritual and for all the hijinks and low jinks and stuff. But I think that's what this is supposed to be. Time, the ancient enemy of joyous Zambesians, is slain by the priesthood of rest. But for how long? So it's all kind of like Zambesians, obviously Bohemians, time, care, the priesthood of rest. You know, this is what this all is. We working Kronos in this piece? Is Kronos the time god? Exactly what they wear in Bohemian Grove. They bring out the time is just like an hourglass, and people are like booing it. Boo! Shut up, Paul Pelosi. Yes, Paul Pelosi did attend Bohemian Grove, I think in 2023, right? The recent thing. Okay, I actually missed this the first time I saw it, but there's like a, it's not just an hourglass. It's an hourglass on a guy's head, and like there's a guy waving. Hi! Hang on, wait. Oh, I went back too far. Hang on. Yeah, watch this. Hi, I see him waving. I'm not sure why the guns have green around them. I don't know if there was supposed to be some kind of green screen effect or some sort of compositing they were going to do, but it does make the guns easier to see against the black robes that they're all wearing, but yeah, it's a little weird.
It's Avery, isn't it? He's fallen asleep inside the hourglass head.
No, she's just taking his time.
He didn't hear the gunshots and he's forgetting to die. I told you, he is too old to play time.
He's been doing it for 54 years. He knows what he's doing now. Shh.
Hail, Zambesians!
Hail Zambesians. So this is the, I guess that was the assassination of time, but now here's the, I don't know, the speech that they give and stuff about how they're gonna carry on without time. Very similar to the cremation of care. I'm sure that's just a coincidence.
My fellow men of the Glen.
So I'll also mention Michael McKean's character here, who you may know from Better Call Saul, maybe? He's also very huge role in that. Great actor. Also very funny guy. Also one of the guys from Spinal Tap and Best in Show and stuff. Anyway, his character in this is a professor. I forget what his name is, but he's a professor. And they, according to Domhoff, this role in the cremation of care, the like high priest, is usually played by a professor. Although it was for a long time, I don't know, wait. No, Walter Cronkite used to do the voice of the owl, I believe. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a little bit messed around here. Maybe I should double check on that. But yes, I know for sure, Domhoff says the high priest of the cremation of care was often played by a professor. And I just thought it was interesting. Michael McKean's character in this movie is a professor, and he's playing the high priest of the assassination of time.
I bring amazing news. Dateline, Zambezi Glen. Time was assassinated here this evening, shortly after, we don't know when.
That's so good. Time was assassinated shortly after, we don't know when. He's so good. I like how he is like a genuinely funny guy, but he's like acting like he's lame and doesn't have a sense of humor. You know what I mean? It takes skill.
Time, the slave driver who binds us to our worldly lives with silken cords of duty.
time has been banished to oblivion. We are free! Let the revels begin!
All right, so this part is a little bit inaccurate, actually, because they don't usually have like the dancing girls at the assassination or the cremation of care or anything. So this is kind of mixing the low jinx and what's it called? But yeah, let me skip ahead here a little bit because the ceremony's not over. Right around here. Hang on. So remember how I said the cremation of care? It's like they go to kill care, but then care's alive. I'm alive. You can't kill me. I overpower you. So here we go.
You poor mortals. Did you...
That's also Harry Shearer's voice. You may recognize Mr. Burns, Smithers, Ken Brockman, Mr. Snurub.
Dream that you could assassinate me. Time reigns forever. Your revels must cease. You have work to do.
Oh, and this is the owl. They got like a pelican kind of looking bird. And he makes it look lame, right? Like it doesn't look cool. It looks expensive. It looks expensive having this big light up clock show up. Like that, it's not cheap. It's a Bulgari clock, you know, like or Bulgari. Listen, I'm so poor. I don't even know how to say this. Bulgari. All I know is that Ghislaine Maxwell trafficked a girl to Donald Trump at a Bulgari party. Honestly, I didn't even know they made watches. I thought it was a expensive coat, but now I'm realizing that's actually Burberry, which I also think I'm pronouncing wrong. Anyway, I don't need to project my insecurities about my financial situation onto this, but yes, okay. Anyway, no need for me to keep talking. Let's just let the movie go.
Forever, your revels must cease. You have work to do.
Patriarch, the great pelican would speak to us.
The great pelican, the mighty owl.
Wine.
Attend thee to the beak of knowledge.
Attend thee to the beak of knowledge.
How could you forget the beak of fucking knowledge? It's only been the same line for the last 100 fucking years.
So, you know, cremation of care has been going on for a long ass time, and I think Harry Shearer's like a professional entertainer who can remember his lines watching these guys go up and be like, oh my God, these guys fucking suck at this. You know?
The man on the right, he likes to talk and jerk off.
Oh, looks like he's too old to really do anything else.
This part I found confusing, but it's like these are the sex workers who live they live in a. They're not at the Grove or the Glen rather, the Zambezi Glen. They're like nearby, and they're able to see the whole ceremony just by looking through their binoculars. In real life, Bohemian Grove is quite a bit more secluded than that. But
and look at the guy in the white robe. He's a chancellor of the University of Northern California.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So they're saying it right there. He's the chancellor of the University of Northern California. That detail is actually true. Like that's what the, Grove high priest is like too.
Yeah, I think hanging out with kids keeps him young.
Yeah, like Dick Clark. Big tippers?
Polish Shriners would be better. If you try to bargain up from $200, I look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, but aren't they all stinking?
Hang on, I'm gonna skip ahead here a little bit. Oh, I really didn't need to do that. Okay. And look at this. Just like Bohemian Grove, cremation of care, the owl's like, I will help you. Fire, pyro, we will kill care with the power of Bohemian Grove or whatever. And just like that, the pelican gods got the fireworks and shit. That really looks like they didn't have money for fireworks and they just got some stock footage. Like they got some fireworks behind the pelican's beak and then they're like, can someone go to a 4th of July thing and we'll just edit it in and then we'll get the crowd of people and we'll flash some lights on them, really like turn them on and off. Like, I don't know, that because that looks so out of place, I sort of doubt that that's their footage.
Pelican. But I will return.
Once again, the great...
I love that the pelican doesn't even talk. Like, the owl is like, I am the owl of the mighty Bohemian. The pelican is just, But, like, the time, like, oh, you've killed me, but I'll be back. That's exactly like in Cremation of Care.
Pelican has freed us of the shackles of time until we depart to resume the dreary burdens of power and privilege.
Let the revels proceed.
I guess that's us.
All right. So, I mean, I probably have played way too much of a copyrighted movie, but, like, yeah, you think anybody will notice? I don't really know how YouTube works, but whatever. I felt like this was, like, worth sharing. Yeah, gang. Oh, one other thing. So I don't actually know when this movie was made. Sorry. I know when this movie was made, of course. What I don't know is when Harry Shearer attended Bohemian Grove. But I did a little research, and I found that in 1997, Bohemian Grove did a sort of a best of hijinks, where they took a bunch of scenes from their best plays over the years, and it was called Time and Again, where they had a character that was Time, and it was like, you know, a giant claw. It looks like, I mean, I don't know, this is just a drawing, but it's like costume design. Excuse me, sort of showing the different, I don't know, greatest hits, I guess, of the Bohemian Grove plays. So, I mean, I wonder if he went to the 1997 one, which would definitely, you know, make sense considering that he was then interviewed just a couple years later in around 1999, 2000 for the Secret Rulers of the World documentary. Plus the way he adds time into the thing. Transformative comment, as long as you do commentary every 30 seconds. Oh, fuck, I definitely did not abide by that. Dang it. All right, we'll go in and edit, and then we'll just kind of cut to me being like, huh, that's crazy. This is for the Goblin Queen editing later. Goblin Queen, can you edit me in to like various parts of the clips so that every 30 seconds I say something like this? Can you believe that? Whoa, I did not see that coming. Huh? That's what the heck? What the? You can't do that on TV. Whoa. Huh? You don't know what you mean? What? Okay, that was not cool. Actually, that is cool. Whoa, I'm not sure if that's cool or not. Just sort of like, you can probably edit those in so that it makes sense, but it's not like, you know, too jarring. And what about this one? Whoa! Hold on a minute. All right, I think that should be good. Fair use if it's essential. Couldn't make this video without it. Yeah. I think you're totally right. Oh, why isn't it showing up in my thing? Oh, I think because I'm not doing the. Okay, whatever. Talking to myself again. Okay, all right, gang. I was there. I just want to double check here. Is there anything I forgot to mention? I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't know. I recommend the movie, and it's not too hard to find if you want to watch it. Internet Archive has got a very, very interlaced cut of it that we've been watching, and the frames are like sort of messed up. So you might like it. Goblin Queen's like, I can edit it like that, but I won't. All right, okay, just an idea. Gang, I gotta be honest with you guys. I need to go to the bathroom. So what we'll do is I will do a little thing called playing more of that Goblin video, and then we will return back so soon that you'll be like, I barely got to watch any of the Goblin video. What the hell, man? And then I'll be back in whatever. Okay, just please wait, okay? Don't go. Stay and watch the Goblin. I'll be right back.
Bubble. Interestingly, this reminds me of when I listened to the audiobook The Dawn of Everything by David Graeber and David Wengrow, the anthropologist digestive systems and are attracted to especially hunched over individuals, so that's some information we didn't have before. Next, we come to a character that I would have probably pronounced as Poog had the book not explained that their name is actually pronounced as Guppy. The book does at least acknowledge that this is for no apparent reason. Now, Guppy was once regarded by many in Goblin society as the greatest artist of his generation, but seems to have fallen out of favour as his art style matured and he pursued more challenging material. His early canvases, such as The Death and Destruction of a Million Goblins of Uncertain Dispositions, or his widely acclaimed Heads Being Banged by Something Big and Horrible, were wildly popular amongst goblins of all types and dimensions. His popularity began to wane, however, as he moved on to more experimental and, to the goblin mind, more controversial subjects, such as several beautiful princesses enjoying a wonderful picnic under the most pleasant circumstances, or the much reviled happy goblins being pleasant to someone who was kind to them. Goblins favour darker subject matter and art styles apparently, and reject the more wholesome approach taken by Guppy, which has had a somewhat detrimental effect on his mental health. Yes, goblins have mental health problems too. His latest released artwork was A Bunch of Nice Flowers, and that earned him a crescendo of derision that sent him over the edge. As his work fell into disfavour, Poog, still pronounced Guppy, became personally more cantankerous and irascible, and began a series of armed assaults on critics and publics alike, with which his name has become synonymous. Goblins of all dimensions and types still refer to such behaviour as Guppy-nacity. As a human being, and someone that has a tiny YouTube channel, I feel some sympathy with failed creative Guppy, though assaulting the public is perhaps more of a socially acceptable response in Goblin society than in ours. Aesthetics are heavily culturally influenced, and who am I to judge Goblin kind for having the tastes of an edgelord teenager, but I hope that Guppy found his peace eventually. The fixed scowl and look of determination on his picture suggests probably not. Our next entry is talking of the family line of Pilch, who are unique amongst goblins due to their life cycle. Bear with me. They each start as an aquatic larva swimming aimlessly through the great seas of silence along the ruined shore. After several years of this, without any apparent change or growth, the larvae are then eaten by the badderfish, which then, after approximately 3 2/31 minutes, explodes, releasing vast hordes of miniature goblins, all bearing the name of Pilch. The gremlin-style reproduction of Pilch would naturally lead to Pilch being one of the more common goblin names, right? There must be tons of these little bastards running around. Well, no, actually, since they do have a rather significant evolutionary flaw. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, the tiny Pilch goblins cannot swim, and so they all drown. Yep, just as cold as that. They drown. The book goes on to explain that every now and then, and I am talking very occasionally here, a badderfish will be caught and landed just in the small window after it has consumed Pilch larvae.
Yo, should I get ears like that? Yo, would I look cool if I had like big old goblin ears? Goblin ears. Goblin ears sounds like, I don't know, maybe like goblin engineers? I don't know. I gotta work on that. But I think I could pull it off. I think I could make it look cool. Most delusional guy of all time. Yeah, you know, I think I could make it those kind of Vulcan ears. I think I could make those look cool. I think those things could help me get laid. I bet if I got a bunch of pointy ears, that would actually solve a lot of my social issues. Get some goblin cosmetic surgery. Yo, what's going on? How Goblin got a message retracted? What the heck? What on earth is going on here? Wow, Goblin looks way different than I remember. Yes. Steuben's bio break. Doing my best on Uria since the Strait of Hormuz closed. Nice. Now, if that's a Strait of Hormuz, I'd hate to see what a gay Hormuz looks like. What? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. A gay Hormuz. I don't know. That could be something. Maybe somebody could do something with that. That'd be funny. Could that be like a SNL character? Maybe like a straight whore that is also a moose. Or maybe there could be like, I mean, I don't know. It's not my job to make these things. Yeah, how is Steuben's not a mod? I don't know. Do you want to do that, Goblin? I don't really know how to do it, and every time I try, it takes me a long time, and can only do it while I'm streaming. Also, sorry, I have a glitch because of one of my extensions that shows me when people are connected to Peter Thiel. Sometimes when I go from one video to the next, it keeps the title of the first video if it has a guy's name in it and pastes it into the one. I don't know why it does that. That's why this video is not called Joe Rogan's Vagina. But yeah, if you're just watching, by the way, Inside Left seems like a very solid channel. Good kind of old school bread tube style content. And like he's putting in some effort. There's a lot of good visuals. He's dressing up. He's doing kind of like a background, It's good. I highly recommend. Let me throw in a link for you guys if you want to check him out here. I don't want to say he's doing old school bread tube style content. That has a lot of negative connotations as well, but it seems like he does stuff where he's like, I want to talk about this leftist concept, but I want to do it in a way that's like not scary and it's about goblins. It's about goblins. Oh, the Goblins of Labyrinth and what they can teach us about public services. You know what I'm talking about? All right. Now, listen, I know you freaks so well. All right? I know you guys better than I know myself sometimes, okay? And I know you've been sitting here being like, oh, Bohemian Grove, okay, oh, Goblins, oh, bibbity bobbity boo. When are you going to talk about drama? When are you going to talk about Flesh Simulator? When are you going to talk about this? And I'm here to tell you, I know that's what you want, and I will do it. I will talk about it. I know that the only way I can get people to watch my stuff is by talking about Flesh Simulator. And as much as it pains me to do so, I will, because I desperately want this channel to be a success. All right? This is what I do for you guys. I guess I sound kind of angry right now. I'm not angry. I appreciate the love. But this is not my favorite thing to do, but I will do it. Flesh Simulator. Okay, so this guy, he has, very briefly, because I made a couple videos about it on my main channel. If you're confused about the backstory, maybe start with some of those or whatever. Flesh Simulator, how can I sum up for now? Conspiracy theory content. He got really big off of a video he did called Serial Killing for Fun and Profit, which is a sort of an adaptation of the book Eye of the Chicken Hawk. I liked his content a lot. I thought that it was like really enjoyable, even though I don't agree with him on everything. I really enjoyed his content. I thought that he was doing it in an interesting, entertaining way. As Alex Jones would say,
I thought it was entertaining and informative.
Right? Now, I didn't agree with him, and that's okay, right? I don't have to agree with everybody. I certainly hope that everyone in the chat right now, everyone watching this video doesn't agree with me on everything. I want there to be like a little bit of diversity of thought here. I want people to be able to, watch some of my videos and be like, oh, I think you're totally off on that. Because a lot of times in conspiracy theory world, parapolitics, we're talking about things that we have no idea. Like there's no way to know for sure about things. So all we can do is speculate and make theories, right? Anyway, long way of saying, while I didn't agree with everything he said, I generally thought his content was good. I thought he was funny. I thought he was interesting, and I appreciated his points of view. However, he had a Twitter presence as well. That he had a lot of followers on there and was tweeting a lot. Got into a lot of arguments and debates and stuff, and this eventually led to him painting his face red with fake blood, recording a video, threatening some people he was in beefs with on Twitter. Anyway, then he deleted all of the videos on his main channel, posted another video saying that his blood video was a 4D chess move in order to trick people into something or other. It's very difficult to understand, and at first I thought it was kind of funny, although I was like, this guy does not seem well, but it was funny. This latest video, I'm just going to tell you guys up front, it's called Where Did All the Main Channel Videos Go? Long time passing, where did all the main channel videos go? Long time ago, everybody, where did all the... Anyway, I think that we are continuing the slide from fun into sad, and I'm going to watch it, but I'm not thrilled about it, okay? So it's hard to make funny like, oh my God, can you believe this guy? Stuff when I'm like, oof, this guy is not okay. And, you know, I should also mention, sorry, this introduction is way longer than it should be, but I should also mention, during this kind of public, I hesitate to use the term crash out, but whatever this has been, he did also sort of say that he believes a lot of, I mean, putting it lightly, problematic things. Black people are genetically dumb. What else? Gay people are prone to being pedophiles. Trans people are dangerous to children. I mean, just like a bunch of stuff. He sort of has said these things, and it's like, whoa, okay, like I mean, okay, like being cringe is not a crime. Being cringe online is not a crime. Being like, you know, getting into Twitter beefs, that's not a crime either. Doxing people, that's maybe is a crime, but whatever. I can look past that. But then there's like all these things he's saying that I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of horrible, bigoted belief, dude. You think that? So anyway, that's my introduction. Without further ado, where did all the main channel videos go? Let us know. Tell us about it. Fleshy, Mr. Simulator. And this is on his other channel. This is on his kind of extra chill goblin thing. Flesh Emulator. Flesh Emulator, not Flesh Simulator. Flesh Emulator. Okay, here we go.
Hi, guys. Laptop webcam video time. That's never a good sign. I'm coming in with a second channel video to answer some questions. So first of all, where did all the main channel videos go? Do not worry. They're not gone. They're temporarily privated. They are coming back hopefully soon. I'll get to the reasons for temporarily privating everything in just a second, but now that the fog of war is beginning to clear a little bit, I can explain at least a bit of what the hell has been going on.
Oh, so Vin Von Voom. Okay, I didn't know about that. I'm willing to like kind of look into that stuff. I find him a little bit hard to parse sometimes, but I got the feeling that the stuff that he said was true. What he believes is true, is how he actually feels. But yeah, I don't know if you have any information on, or if you know where it was that he said this, let me know. Because I mean, I'd be open to that idea that he was only pretending to be racist. It would be stupid, but it would not be the dumbest thing he's done in this whole thing.
Now, while I'm certain that there's going to be a fair share of belly aching about not caring about Twitter drama, the fact remains that you are currently on my second channel explicitly choosing to watch a laptop webcam video about Twitter drama. So, shut up.
I can't lie to you. I do find his delivery pretty funny still, but yeah, it's unfortunate because like I think that and this is, I mean, I'll talk about this more as the video goes on, but he is really, really focused on the Twitter drama aspect of this. And I don't think that like even 1% of the people watching this video on YouTube know anything about that or care at all about whatever drama has been happening on Twitter. Twitter is a lot smaller than you think it is. YouTube, there are so many more people on YouTube and other things. There's not as much crossover as you might expect.
And since all of you seem to be getting somewhere between most to all of the facts wrong here, we're going to have to go back to the very beginning of this. So buckle in, get a drink.
So, and I'm sorry, I'm pausing it way too much and not even a minute in. I'm going to have to let this play for a bit. But I do want to say this is a universal thing in people who are getting canceled or, you know, having extreme waves of harassment, whatever you want to call it. Which Flesh Simulator has been getting. Like, there's been a lot of people attacking him online, on Twitter and elsewhere. But something that you always see, like near 100% of the time, is people getting extremely focused when they're in this situation. And if you've ever been in this situation, or if you ever are in this situation, try and remember this. You get extremely focused on the little details that people are getting wrong, right? But really, most people only care about one big issue or one or two big things that are less easy to debunk. But I think what we're seeing here is Flesh Simulator is a pretty severe case of this. But you'll see, he gets very hyper fixated on correcting all these little tiny things. Like even here, he's like, you're getting somewhere between most and everything wrong. And so he's going to tell you now what you've been getting wrong about him.
This whole sordid affair began about 13 months ago, circa the Flesh Simulator's Position on Israel special video. That video basically needed to be released because of an enormous brouhaha where a comment that I made saying that the individual who rushed the field of the Super Bowl halftime show last Super Bowl, like not the one that just happened, but the one before that, who rushed the field with a Palestinian flag, in my opinion, missed a fairly obvious opportunity to raise awareness of the horrific bombing of Rafah during the previous Super Bowl. And just, that's all it was. But it was just like, you know, like, man, you're not going to say anything about what happened at the Super Bowl before this? And I think I said something like, you know, I feel like this guy just wanted to be on TV. This was pounced on.
If Flesh Simulator had gone on the field during the Super Bowl, he would have brought a sign that said, last year during the Super Bowl, the bombing of Rafah, blah. It would be like a really, really big, you know, cardboard sign he would have brought out. It wouldn't just be Free Palestine. It would be like a whole dissertation. And that's how you really do activism.
By a group of parapolitical communist influencers as evidence of me being a Zionist. Yeah.
That's stupid. I will say that's a dumb take to have from that. You can criticize, just like you can criticize Israel without being anti-Semitic or anti-Zionist for that matter. You can criticize Israel and still be a Zionist. But you can also criticize, you know, pro-Palestine resistance without being a, you know, Zionist as well, you know? Doesn't mean everything. You can criticize whatever you want. Doesn't mean that you hate everything that they stand for, right? So, yeah, I mean, and I will admit, I don't know the full context here, but from what he's saying here, I mean, it feels like people got upset at him for no reason.
This resulted in an immediate massive wave of harassment from ultimately well-meaning, if overly enthusiastic and perhaps overzealous, pro-Palestine accounts, like the Red Triangle people, leading to, amongst other things, dozens of friends cutting ties with me forever, mass unsubscribing, people threatening to rape my girlfriend, mass reporting my YouTube channel, people calling my channel sponsors and convincing them to stop advertising. Not fun. Now, the aforementioned...
Yes, and that... Okay, so I don't know about that. That will really... Experiencing that, when people in your life are being affected, people are coming after you, people are like whatever... Oh my God, that is not cool. Do not do that. Do not. There's no reason to be threatening to rape someone's girlfriend because you didn't like something that they said online ever. Like, and I mean it does happen. I have absolutely no defense for people doing that. Don't do that.
Parapolitical communist Twitter influencers included some familiar names like Glenn the Golden, Dr. Blob, C. Elegans, but
so this is where I'm like, okay, like I get it. You. Like, this is context, I guess, that helps me understand maybe why you're having these issues right now. But he's going too much into the weeds here. He's like, and remember that, Glenn the Golden, Dr. Blob. I'm like, I don't know who those guys are, man.
Most recognizably, the Hague ICC, a.k.a. Thought Experimenter, a.k.a. Jay, who you may remember from the whole Liquid J affair.
No, I don't remember him from the Liquid J affair. I don't know. In fact, I'm quite sure I'm not even not remembering it. I never knew what that was. Ever. The Liquid J affair? I actually Googled this. I don't this is just a thing that happened to Flesh Simulator, I guess. I don't know what that is. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, no one cares about that. People care. This is what people care about. They cared that Flesh Simulator, number one, the thing people most care about is that he's acted cringe. Okay? I know on Twitter people care about specific things, but on YouTube and in general, people are like, oh, Flesh Simulator is acting cringe. Number two thing they care about, Flesh Simulator put blood on his face and did a video. Number three thing they care about, he also said that a bunch of horrible things about black people and gay people and trans people. And I mean, like, he does have a big portion of his audience who probably agrees with that. You know, he has like a pretty sizable Nazi fan base. And I don't know, he's probably turned off a lot of left-wing people from watching his stuff, but he could just keep making videos and just be right-wing now. He could do that and have like a career. I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying that he could do that. But he keeps focusing on this like drama stuff, and it's just like he's being more cringe, and it is not helping. You know, and I know he seems like he's so self-aware, right? In some ways, like at the beginning when he's like, a lot of people are going to say I'm concentrating too much on Twitter drama, but you're the one watching a video about it. And it's like, yeah, but like, I don't care about that. And I just want you to stop. I just go back. Please just put the fucking conspiracy theory videos in the bag. Okay. I don't want to know about this.
Yep. That's where he first.
I say as I literally make drama content about him. I'm the worst. I'm such a hypocrite. All right, here we go.
Turned up. You can put a pin in this. Actually, I'm not even. That might.
I love he's not even planning.
We'll see where this ends.
Dude, you're not streaming, man. You can edit this. He's like, I'm not even. Should I get? We'll see. And it's like, bro, you don't have to do that. You could have written a script for this, man. But okay, no. Hey, he's speaking from the heart. Second channel, you don't do as much work on it. That's why mine's called Extra Chill Goblin, because I really don't give a fuck what I put out. But yeah, I just thought that part was hilarious.
That might still be a little bit ongoing. Now, following the, no, you idiots, I'm not a Zionist video, things generally went back to normal with the obvious exception of Solid J. However, ever since that point...
I thought it was Liquid J. Who's Solid J? Are they like fucking... Is Solid J the evil clone of Liquid J? Well, what's going on here? When's the collab with Keemstar? Come on now, Mark. When did I become mod? I think we made you mod a while ago so that you could post links.
There's been a rotating cast of roughly 10 or so dickheads who've just been repeatedly showing up in my replies, just being consistently unusually nasty, for no reason, just picking fights. And beyond the realm of normal online douche behavior into the realm of actively and consistently trying to get me to relapse, spreading out right fabrication.
Finland, Plasma J. What about Plasma J? And what about Air J? What about Gas J?
And really just beyond the pale.
Yeah, if anyone, does anyone watching this right now know Liquid J, Solid J, any of the states of matter versions of J? He talks about it who you may remember from the Liquid J. I don't know. I've never heard of this person. If anyone knows who it is, let me know, because maybe that'll explain everything.
And at the time, I really didn't think of anything of this, and just simply wrote it off as damn, some people are just assholes, I guess. But this is where the current story begins.
No, Violent J. I do know Violent J. Yeah, from ICP, but no.
So, the most recent of these idiots, a guy by the name
God, imagine if Flesh Simulator got in a beef with Insane Clown Posse. Oh my God, he does a video with Juggalo makeup. He basically already did that with the red face paint. Oh man, that would be awesome.
Of White Ayatollah.
You know what? Okay, sorry. This is the thing here. He's getting in beefs with tiny accounts, nobody's on Twitter, and it's just when, excuse me, it's when it's when Machine Gun Kelly did a song about Eminem, and then Eminem was like, "I'm gonna make a song about you," and it was like, "You don't gotta do a song about him, Em. You can he's not fucking at your level, dude. Get out of there." And then when Drake and Kendrick were beefing, it was Kendrick was making songs about him that were fucking crazy. But then a bunch of other people, nobodies comparatively, were making songs too. And Drake felt like he had to respond to everyone. It's don't do that. You don't need to respond to everyone. You are locked in this epic battle of equals with Kendrick. You don't need to do the fucking response to I don't know, Rick Ross. You don't need to do that. This is how I feel about this. It's Flesh Simulator. Wait until someone who's worthy of your attention starts talking about you. Then you can attack them. I don't care about fucking Ice J or whatever his name is. You gotta do that shit.
Up in my replies, as he had been doing basically every other post I'd made over that past week, and left some rude, aggressive, insulting, irony guy reply like always. and I cannot for the life of me remember the topic or the comment. I typically just ignored the shit that he'd been posting, but for whatever reason, something about this comment was either irritating enough or wrong enough that I felt the need to reply and argue the point. And again, I cannot for the life of me remember what the argument was at this point, but it was something super pointless. It was stupid. Now, I know this has been an incredibly long and boring bit of lead up to all this, but I promise you, everything so far is relevant. So
it's not though, man. I'm sorry. It isn't. You didn't need to say any of this.
White Ayatollah replies to the rebuttal with a SpongeBob gif. I say, are you seriously just going to post a SpongeBob gif instead of defending the point you came here to make?
Okay, and I will say, so I get why he's bringing this up, because, and I don't know the whole thing, but I have seen people say, all of this was over SpongeBob gifs? This is just because somebody posted a SpongeBob gif. So here he is being like, no, it wasn't all about that. Okay, even before that, I was getting all these horrible threats and people attacking my family and coordinated mass harassment. That was way before the SpongeBob gif. So now he's talking about the SpongeBob gif. Now this is where he brings that up. So that's why it's so important to him. I'm sure almost nobody here probably knew about that part of the context, but I do understand why to Flesh Simulator it was important to give that stuff leading up to the SpongeBob gif part of the story.
Now, about 5 minutes later, that reply gets swarmed by about 10 other different accounts posting a random SpongeBob gif. Now, ordinarily, that would be pretty funny. The whole group chat bat signal move, blah, blah, blah. I know how that works.
I don't even think that it needs to be a group chat. That's just how people are funny on Twitter, in a kind of a mean, cruel way sometimes, maybe in this case where they're like, oh, he got so triggered by that SpongeBob gif. I'm going to post a SpongeBob gif. Oh, I'm going to do that too. Oh, me too. It doesn't necessarily mean there's a group chat. I think this is I'm saying this gently because I also have this tendency, but I think this is the kind of conspiratorial thinking that someone like Flesh Simulator is prone to. But it's not always like that. People don't always have to be like, and on 3, everyone post a GIF. It's not always like that. It's like Bohemian Grove, Maybe they're just hanging out. Maybe they are mostly just hanging out. It's not about sacrificing children and planning how they're going to overthrow the world or whatever, keep ruling the world. But you don't need a formal conspiracy when mutual interests converge. Usually that George Carlin quote is applied to, global politics. But in this case, I think it applies to Flesh Simulator's explanation of things happening on his Twitter account.
But however, when I look at the accounts who turned up, every single one of them, every single one is one of the people who've just been weirdly harassing me completely out of the blue for the last 13 straight months. They all follow.
Everyone who posts a SpongeBob GIF are people who don't like you. Yeah. Okay.
Follow each other. They all showed up within about 5 minutes.
Because they're losers that have no life and they're obsessed. They have a parasocial relationship with you and they're posting shit about you in order to get a reaction. And you have given them when have the trolls ever eaten so good? You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to feed the trolls. You deleted all your main channel videos. You fucking been posting wild shit on your main. You cover your face in blood. You came out of the closet as a racist, a homophobe, and a transphobe. You fucked up. You done goofed. Okay, to quote another internet legend, you done goofed, man. I thought that all the time this guy spent on 4chan, he never learned the basic skill of internet use. Do not feed the trolls. Do not feed the trolls. You gave them a banquet, man. You got to stop this.
I make a post and I tag all of them and I say, I knew you assholes were in a group chat. What the fuck have you been picking fights with me for literally more than a full calendar year? Why? And then I follow up saying that, I'd given my Claude bot a $1,000 prepaid debit card, and I followed that up with, but for real though, I am going to get you. Now, for context here, the $1,000 gift card, that was a limit that I had set for how much my Claude bot could theoretically spend on Twitter API polls in the process of cooking up a neat little graph on how these idiots knew each other. But given...
So if you didn't understand what he's saying, I did have to watch that part a bunch of times. He got a Claude agent, I guess. I'm not familiar with Claude. I've never used it, but I guess you can put in money and pay it to like analyze people's Twitter things or whatever. You can probably tell it to do whatever you want. It's an AI agent, right? It can actually do stuff. It can go online and do research for you, and it costs money. So he gave it $1,000 as a maximum, and then he wanted it to basically create like a corkboard conspiracy, like Charlie Day, like, you know, the gif of him, Pepe Sylvia, whatever. He wanted it to create that of all the connections and intersecting relationships between the accounts that were bullying him online. So he paid an AI to do this like research. That is a sign of a troubled mind. You don't ever need to do that. Okay? Like you're like, it makes me sad. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is not funny anymore. It's not fun. Like, I feel for this guy. I know he's racist and I'm supposed to hate him because of that. And I do kind of hate him because of that. But like, he doesn't need to suffer like this. He doesn't need to do it. He's doing this to himself. He doesn't have to do this. God, Flesh Simulator, step away from the keyboard, man. God, you don't need to do this. You are showing them how bothered they're making you. You think that's going to make them back off? And I'm not saying that it's okay what they're doing. I think what they're doing is completely fucked. But please, don't do this to yourself. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Claude bought a $1,000 gift card is a much funnier thing to say, so I said that. Now, within like 2 hours, 8 of those 10 accounts had immediately completely deactivated, presumably because they knew damn well what they'd been doing. Now, White Ayatollah pushed back hard, and after I told him to just like leave me the fuck alone. Now,
God, I'm sorry, like it's not funny. White Ayatollah is a hilarious name, and hearing him say it repeatedly in this very serious context, the juxtaposition of that makes me laugh.
At this point, I Google his Twitter ID number. Like, also, this is useful info for a lot of you, probably. Like, if you can get an ID number from your Twitter handle, which stays the same even after you change your Twitter handle. All right? So I Google his Twitter ID number. I randomly land on like a GitHub thing of like, you know, people who'd been unbanned on Twitter. Something that ties his ID number to his old username. Now, I Google his old username. I hop over to the Instagram account with the same old username.
Teach me how to dox, all right? Yeah, this is the Flesh Simulator, how to dox. How to lose your mind in a Twitter argument.
I grab an unflattering picture of him, and I reply to him talking shit just with the picture of him. He instantly deletes his account. And I go like, okay, cool, he's gone. You know, and I think nothing more of it. Now, next morning, and we're up to March 11th at this point. There is a shitstorm brewing about how I spent $1,000 to
What is it with
Grok
Americans fighting Ayatollahs? Yeah, for real.
And harass people because of how mad I was over getting owned with SpongeBob gifts. You see why I insisted upon...
Sorry, that made me laugh. Vin Von Boom, serious voice. Gay Guevara is trying to dox me. It's hard not to laugh at it. All right.
Starting this story from the beginning. When someone says, like, this is about SpongeBob gifts, that's what they're referring to.
Joseph the Stalin is trying to destroy my life and kill my husband.
Because these idiots red wedding to themselves, and you're trying to get out of it. Now, here's where one of the key players of this whole debacle shows up. Okay? Throughout the morning and the afternoon of the 11th, Maoist Landlord, a.k.a.
Maoist Landlord, who... spoiler alert, is like one of the main characters, one of the people who's done the most harm here.
Eigenkirkbot.
Like, I don't even, what is that?
Nice name. Shows up.
Nice name. Oh, actually, I if I recall correctly, he does explain what that name means in a second.
And over the span of about like 30 different posts, attempts to provoke me into doxing him. I repeatedly refuse. But like, as he continues to do everything in his power to just create and strengthen this narrative that like I went on a doxing and harassing rampage against people whose only transgression was posting a SpongeBob gif, presumably due to me clearly having relapsed, I really began to get irritated, as I think anyone would. Now, I take a glance at his profile and I see that his shtick really sure does seem to be picking like a random 50 to 100,000 follower account and then spending months and months on end doxing and harassing and threatening them and encouraging others to do the same. The most recent 2 targets.
Yeah, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you do that? You know, don't participate in a mass harassment campaign against anyone. There's no one deserves to go through that. You know, Flesh Simulator, he's got some, he believes some like pretty heinous things. All right. The guy has issues, but you know, no one deserves to go through what he's going through. I sincerely believe that. No one deserves that. It's like one of the worst things that can happen to you. However, I also, and not to blame the victim here, but I need Flesh Simulator to stop encouraging it by reacting so hard. And, oh God, I'm sorry. This is such a funny, like, little joke setup for me. Submitting an FBI report about the SpongeBob gifs. Fidel Castrado is cyber stalking me. You know? It's just like, goofy name is whatever, like something serious. It's just funny. I'm sorry. It's just, it's funny. And that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem here. Oi.
Of this were the accounts Captive Dreamer and Eigenrobot, who his goddamn username is a reference to killing.
So it's not Eigenrobot, it's Eigenkirkbot. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, is that so? Okay, and I also don't know who this guy is. So the other guy, so Mouse Landlord. So, okay. All right, let's pretend that this actually matters and this is what people care about. All right, so if you're confused here, there's an account at Mouse Landlord, all right? That's the like at kind of Twitter handle or whatever. But the name, or no, sorry. The name is Mouse Landlord and the handle, the at one is Eigenkirkbot. Now that is a reference to another Twitter user named Eigenrobot, and Kirk is a reference to Charlie Kirk, as in you're going to get kirked, as in I'm going to assassinate you. And that's like, by putting Kirk into Eigenrobot to be Eigenkirkbot, according to the testimony of Mr. Simulator here, or I'm sorry, Mr. Emulator, this is essentially a death threat to the account Eigenrobot. Now, I don't know who that is, but evidently that was the guy that Mouse Landlord was obsessed with and kind of stalking and harassing before they found a much more reactive target in Flesh Simulator. That is what I'm talking about. All right,
Eigenkirkbot. No, most of these posts, like his doxing and harassing posts, were scrubbed the night of the 11th going into the 12th, but not to worry, we will get back to that. Now, meanwhile.
Oh, I saw a pic of a Mouse Landlord tweet on another video about this earlier, and dude honestly sounded pretty reasonable, at least more reasonable than Flesh Simulator. I mean, like, I don't know. I try not to get into Twitter drama and shit. I did look at the Mouse Landlord Twitter. Excuse me. Sorry. I did look at the Mouse Landlord Twitter, and every fucking post for, I don't know, like, I don't exactly know how much time, but at least weeks, maybe months. Like, I felt like I was scrolling past like dozens, hundreds of posts. It's all about Flesh Simulator and like talking about him and whatever. So like, I'm sure if you see one or two out of context, you might be like, yeah, it's true. Flesh Simulator is kind of fucked. And yeah, Flesh Simulator is admittedly kind of fucked. But come on, you can't, like, this is not a healthy thing. As unhealthy as it is for Flesh Simulator to be this upset, it's not good to focus on a guy like this. It's not good to devote your life to tracking down everything this guy says and doxing him and posting about him again and again and again and again and again and getting him mad and then posting about that and like Mouse Landlord's been re-uploading all of his videos. Stop that shit. Like, that's deranged. That's deranged behavior. I don't want to see that.
This individual is about 30 posts deep into going, bet you can't dox me, bet you can't dox me.
This is maybe the most online of online beefs. Imagine trying to explain this to your Noriega parents. Yeah, can you imagine that shit, dude? Oh my God. Iran-Contra fucking style beef here. And you meant to say normie parents. That makes sense. I was like, Noriega parents. What the hell?
me, see guys, look, he can't dox me, he's a fraud, like, I bet you can't dox me. And at this point, I once again tell him that I'm not gonna dox him, but, like, he is someone who has made a whole lot of enemies, and whose OPSEC is not nearly as good as he thinks it is. He then takes that post and tries to turn it into a copy pasta and posts it like 100 goddamn times. And at this point, I go, all right, you know what? I'm not going to dox you and throw you to the wolves, but I am going to figure out who you are. I'm going to let you know so that you stop acting like a fucking fool. Now, at this point, now the evening of March the 11th, Mr. Landlord posts multiple times saying that he has received a packet of 3 generations of my personal information from a group of people.
Okay, now this part, she's got receipts, finally. So most of the video are just like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I don't know that. But now he's like, no, you guys need to see this. So we have 3 generations of his family docs. Unsolicited DM I just got. It didn't even take $1,000 because he's referring to Flesh Simulator saying he paid Claude $1,000 to do some research on them.
He has received a packet of 3 generations of my personal information from a group of people who've been collecting it. That's odd. And explicitly threatens to release it. Now, unfortunately, I do not see this threat.
He said this in his last video. I think his last 2 videos, or maybe it was just his last one. And he's like, yeah, he threatened me and I didn't see it, so then he doxed me anyway. And it's like, okay, man. All right.
Anyways, I tracked down Eigen.
This is what I'm saying, right? Remember how I was saying how a lot of people in this position, this can happen to anyone. You don't have to be a chud. You don't have to be... You can be this could happen to anyone at any time, whether you're a content creator or you're a public facing person, or you're just like rumors spiral out of control at work or something like that, where you become the target for a lot of people to be attacking. People get focused on the little things, and Flesh Simulator is so concerned that you need to know, yeah, he warned me he was going to dox me 3 generations of my family. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. I missed it. I was away from keyboard. Then it happened, and I didn't even know that it was a threat. And like, I promise you, Flesh Simulator, nobody cares about this. No one cares. It happened. It's bad. I understand what you're going through here, but this is not what people care about. This isn't what people care about. And the people who actually know about this are majority, like, the people who are on Malice Landlord's side, and seeing you so upset about it is only helping them. It's only feeding them. You know what I mean? It's like the exact wrong way you should deal with this.
Bot's actual identity, incredibly easily, I might add. It was, old screenshot on his account with his previous username included. Then his Letterboxd account, which is...
100% 275. Why couldn't Flesh just make cool speculative true crime videos about Project Delta? This sucks for everyone. Yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame.
Under the same username. Then his own music Spotify page, which is linked in his Letterboxd bio, and then Spotify artist credits. Done. Now, I post a cropped image of his Letterboxd profile picture. For whatever reason, it was a monkey getting tortured, but we're gonna move past that. And I go
Again, that's like, apparently, and I did see this. The guy's account was a joke Letterboxd account where he only reviewed movies about monkeys, or movies prominently featuring monkeys. And that's just a screenshot from a movie where a monkey gets kidnapped and is tied up. So, but Flesh Simulator sees it and he's like, okay, this guy's definitely into monkey torture. I'm trying to do a Flesh Simulator voice. I definitely don't have that impression down. He does sort of like it's kind of like a Red Scare, kind of like, what do you call it? Vocal fry a little bit?
It was a monkey getting tortured, but we're going to move past that.
Bro, come on, man. Monkey getting tortured. Okay.
And I go told you, your OPSEC isn't that good. Like, you are not as shielded as you think you are. Stop being a dickhead. Can you just drop this? No. He responds to this by flipping out. He posts my name. He posts the names of my family. He posts photos of them. I go dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You understand? I just showed you. I know exactly who you are. Why are you escalating this? And he goes, guys, he's threatening to dox me. What the fuck, dude? That's fucked. He's threatening to dox me.
Now, okay, so I will say, no, and I don't know everything. I haven't seen all the context, and fucking God willing, I never will, because I just don't care to get that much into it. I am totally willing to believe almost everything that Flesh Simulator is saying here, because I find when people are this focused on like disproving a bunch of misconceptions people have about them in cases like this, but they're avoiding the main issue, you know, I think that most of what he's saying probably is true. This part I don't believe. And I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm wrong. But the way he's sort of framing Maoist Landlord, he's like, oh my God, what are you doing? He's freaking out. From the tweets that he's showing here, Maoist Landlord does not seem to be freaking out. You posted a profile picture of Maoist Landlord's Letterboxd account. Maoist Landlord was like, okay, well, here's your parents and grandparents and blah, 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 blah. Not saying that's not a fucked up thing to do, but he just doesn't seem that bothered, right? Like he doesn't seem, I don't think that the scared girly voice that Flesh Simulator is doing there is true. Like, I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, I just showed you. I know exactly who you are. Why are you like escalating this? And he goes, guys, he's threatening to dox me. What the fuck? Dude, that's fucked. He's threatening to dox me. And then he continues to post my information.
Yeah, he's a troll, man. He's trying to get a reaction out of you. What? Who cares if you posted his Letterboxd? You think he's upset that you posted his like novelty fucking gimmick Letterboxd account? That isn't even doxing, man. That isn't doxing.
I attempt to call him on the phone to be like, you know, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? He does not pick up. At no point in this do I post.
See, that was a mistake on his part. Why didn't he pick up? He should have picked up and he should have recorded the call and then trolled him more. Like, I'm not saying he should have. That's not obviously a bad thing to do. But why would you call him, man? I guess he wanted to get him to stop. But people do a lot of things when they're in a crisis situation that don't make sense. Logistically, strategically.
His information. However, considering how comically easy it was to find this absolute security genius, he's immediately completely doxxed by other people, and it turns out that having a ton of very personal enemies with very large platforms who have a whole lot of beef with you, specifically on the topic of doxing, it's not a great spot to be in. So I say fuck it, and I go to bed. I'm assuming he's going to come to his senses. No, I wake up, I look at Twitter, and I see the following things. Okay? He has, 1, scrubbed most, if not all, of his old tweets doxing other people. Nice. Continued posting my personal information and my family's information, and has extended onwards into, you know, addresses, employers.
Posting somebody's family's information? Like, come on, dude. That's fucked up.
He has roped in Hassan's Twitch mod to help dox me and harass me and get other people on board with this.
And this was so confusing to me. I was, because when he was talking about before, I was like, wait, is Maoist Landlord a Twitch mod? Or is, like, for Hassan? Like, I thought Maoist Landlord was connected to Hassan. I don't think so. I think just like one of Hassan's mods retweeted something Maoist Landlord said about Flesh Simulator. So I think that's the Hassan connection and why he was trying to like make Hassan mad.
And most importantly, he has taken advantage of me being asleep to basically frame the narrative as me coming after him maliciously, threatening to dox him, doxing him, and then some good Samaritans giving him my info to help him fight back. And when you look at things after he cleaned up his account, you could go and search some of the claims I made and find nothing. And it's like, you know, damn, it seems like Mr. Landlord is up against quite the deranged psycho. Except you missed a post from January. You know, this post doesn't come up when you search Eigenrobot because it's an image. But here's the image, where you share the home address and telephone number of a man and his wife and his young children.
Okay, hang on. All right, what was it? So this is Eigenrobot, the guy that Maoist Landlord was trying to attack before Flesh Simulator, according to Flesh Simulator. Eigenrobot, a disingenuous, pseudo-intellectual piece of shit who lives at, and his phone number is, do with this information what you will. Oh yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, okay. I don't think like anyone who is like dunking on you right now is a massive fan of Eigenkirkbot. All right? This is a tiny tweet, by the way. 51 views? 51 views. 0 likes, 1 comment, 0 retweets. Flesh Simulator You do not need to go after this guy. He is so tiny. This is the best thing that ever happens to a troll account like this. You screenshot him, you put him in your, like, bro. Oh my God. You gotta chill, man, all right? You gotta chill, man. It's fine. Listen, you'll be okay. Just make your fucking conspiracy videos, and now you're right wing, okay? Just do what you're doing before, and now you're a fascist. You got enough people who watch your shit that you can make a career out of it. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop caring about this shit. Nobody cares. Sorry. Like, I mean, I don't know. This is how I feel, guys. It hurts me to see somebody do this to themselves. This is like, it's like, don't talk to the cops, you know? Don't give the other trolls the ammunition they need to attack you. Most people do not know about this. You are platforming the people who are trying to destroy you. And I know they're being assholes, and I know they're fucking you up, and they're doing things that are like egregious, like morally fucking egregious. But please, man, stop this. Stop posting this stuff.
Image where you share the home address and telephone number of a man and his wife and his young children, ending with "do with this as you see fit." And also your username is an overt reference to specifically murdering said man.
Something that you could not explain in court, the Eigenkirk bot thing. Yes, this is a reference to Charlie Kirk and Kirk and like you could that is not. But I do think I think that probably is true though. But anyway,
so moving on. Now, in this whole thing, we have only reached into the morning of day 2. We are currently on day 17 of this. Yes, I am crashing out about this. People have been sending me death threats. People have been sending death threats to my family. People have been calling my sponsors and getting them to drop me. I had to private all of my old YouTube videos to prevent people from mass reporting them, in which I really didn't want to draw attention to at the time. But, like...
Okay, so that's why he deleted all his main channel videos. Like, I'm just saying, like, the whole... cut everything out of this video. Just cut it. Like... You're probably wondering why I deleted my videos. Cut everything from that. That was like 50 seconds in. Cut all that shit and then just start here. I had to unlist my videos, and I didn't want to do this. It was because people were mass reporting them. People have been sending me death threats. They've been sending death threats to my family. Start there, okay? Like no one cares. Like I'm doing overkill with this point, but people don't care about the Twitter beef. I can't even follow it, man, and I'm trying. I'm making content out of this, and I don't even know what you're saying most of the time. No, so I guarantee you a fraction of people actually know and care what you're talking about here, and you aren't convincing anyone to change their mind, and you aren't informing anyone who isn't already completely up to date. So cut the whole thing. The video should have been no more than 5 minutes long.
Kind of why. Also a little bit to punish the audience. You don't get to watch my videos while I'm dealing with this shit. Suck it up. People have been calling the employers of everyone that I'm related to and trying to get them fired. This shit has directly cost me thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. And this isn't even getting into like the multiple hit piece videos that have been made, one of which was made by one of the individuals involved in this harassment and defamation campaign from the outset, who has admitted on a live stream to impersonating me in order to admit to being a pedophile and to publicly make terroristic threats under my name.
All right, this I know what he's talking about here. Somebody made a Flush Simulator account that was like, he had the same profile picture, but like Flush Simulator was spelled, I forget what it was. It was like, it had like 2 E's in Flesh or something. It was like Fleesh Simulator or something like that. But it looked exactly like the real Flush Simulator's account. And then they were posting a bunch of stuff that I honestly was not really funny, but it was just like, I am a pedophile. Yeah, I actually want to go to Southeast Asia because I'm a pedophile. It wasn't funny. Like, I've seen people do this before. Like the account Jesus the Super Jew, or Super Jew on Twitter that did like a bunch of Nathan Robinson kind of impersonations and other people. That I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty funny. This one wasn't really funny. But a couple people shared it thinking it was the real Flush Simulator and being like, that's a choice. You're getting canceled for shit, and now you're admitting you're a pedophile. interesting strategy. And, like, some like trolls posted it, and Flesh Simulator was like, this is identity theft. Oh my God. Like, got really upset. And again, bro, you don't got to do that. Maybe you could be like, that's not me, by the way, blah, 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 blah. But he got really upset, and he's trying to prove who he thinks it is, and he's doing all this stuff. And it's just like, again, it's too much. You're not helping yourself. You're only helping the trolls. I'm sorry.
So yes, I am in fact incredibly stressed out about this. I hate all of you now. Yeah, yes, you. Like, hell, the only reason I did...
Oh, that, I mean, like, yeah, it was the I or something, because, like, Flesh Simulator is all caps. So they could have just put the I as, like, a lowercase L. That's always the classic move, right? But I don't even think... I think it was, like... It wasn't something like that where you wouldn't be able to see it. I forget what it was. But I remember, like... I think I remember looking at it and being like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, he said that? And then I looked at the name, and it was clearly not him. So I didn't get fooled, Flesh Simulator. I knew that wasn't you, Flesh. I knew that wasn't you. And I think most people with internet literacy probably also realized that. I think less people fell for that than you think.
Didn't just delete everything and just go like, all right, fuck it, I'm done. Like, around day 3 of this is that I'm too spiteful to give these fuckers a win. All right? Like, I had a couple of, 4D chess, galaxy brain plans in play that very nearly came to fruition perfectly.
But didn't, and was completely failed, though. Like, the thing about him is he is kind of self-aware, right? Like, a lot of things he says are true, but then he's like, I don't know. He almost gets there, and then he slips and falls at the last minute and falls into a pile of shit.
But unfortunately, this was a high-stakes game of chicken, where you wind up getting sideswiped by a third guy that's like, I love crashing my car. So, long story short, this is just a complete mess. I'm sorting through this via the legal system. The legal system fucking sucks dick and is really expensive and really slow and really not that helpful. So, no more main channel videos until this is sorted out, whether that takes days or whether that takes months. Like, this sucks, it's frustrating, it's infuriating, it's demoralizing, but that's life sometimes. And I guess rather than just go into another 16 times this amount of infuriating, retarded bullshit, I'm gonna just read something that I wrote recently about this whole ordeal, okay? A lot of you need to understand that pretending to not care and not fighting back against these utterly featureless roach people is the thing that allows them to continue to do this shit. Why do you think so many of them keep showing up, concerned trolling about, like, the internet's not good for you, dude. You should go touch grass. It's because bullying someone off of a platform is how they win. It is what gives them power. It's why they do this. They like getting to tear down someone more powerful than they are because they are fucked up losers. Getting someone to stop fighting back is what makes them feel invulnerable, and in practice is what makes them vulnerable. But the one thing they fear above all else is a target fighting back against them. That's why they've astroturfed this weird sense of, like, it's...
Yeah, it wasn't part of it. Yeah, that was part of his 4D chess move. He was going to try to get... He thought that doing that Bloodface video would cause Hassan to react to him by covering his face in blood. He thought that would happen, and he thought it would happen within 1 week. So, like, while in some ways I think this guy is self-aware and kind of knows how the internet works, in other ways this guy is completely out to lunch and completely does not get it, does not understand how things work. Yeah. Oh, God.
It's actually super embarrassing to fight back against, like, swarm.
And yeah, I should mention, Flesh Simulator has been saying the N-word a lot lately. Preceding this, like, when he started making these videos, but, like, even just on Twitter, I started seeing him posting the N-word and shit, and be like, oh, God, dude, come on.
Of weird, pathetic freaks being directed by smarmy fags using literal middle school girl tactics. Like, you gotta just let us do whatever we want.
And the F slur. Sorry about that.
Or else, like, you're freaking cringe, dude. The shattering of this stigma would be an extinction level event for them and for this sort of behavior. They repeat this shit like a goddamn mantra. They do their best to manifest it because they know they are weaker, they know they are stupider, they know they are outnumbered, and they know they are fighting dirty, and they know they're not going to have sympathy when they're dragged out into the goddamn sunlight. So fuck this,
Oof.
fuck them. It is not 2007 anymore. The internet and real life are no longer separate in the way they once were.
I mean, like, that's true. And I think when people are like, oh, you're getting cyberbullied, just walk away, man. Just close the screen, just close the computer, just turn off your phone. It's fine. It doesn't work like that. You cannot do that. The internet is real life. When you're, IRL, no. IRL is your whole life, and that includes the hours a day that we all spend online. So I agree with what he's saying here in a sense, but he's so, for a guy who has spent clearly a lot of time on, some of the most toxic spaces of the internet, 4chan and I don't know, something awful. I don't know if he's old enough for that stuff, but like, the guy should have a better understanding of what trolling is. And he seems to think that like what these people fear most is what the trolls fear is somebody who fights back. And it's like, no, man, they pray for that to happen. That's what they want, man. You have given Eigenkirkbot the gift of his life, his or her or their life. They wanted you to respond, man. You are giving them a feast. This is not, you're trying to sue them, man. You know how many people tried to do that on the internet? The legal system has not caught up. They have not caught up to online trolling like this, man. And anything that Flesh Simulator tries to accuse anyone of, doxing, whatever, he has done himself. Cyberbullying. And you know what? Actually, this does piss me off because Flesh Simulator, he's got like a bunch of guys that he calls his simulators, I think, and they have all got his kind of avatar on Twitter. He will sick them on people. He will be like, simulators, attack. Like, he will do that. He's like the fucking like mob boss, like fucking 1920s, like, get him, boys. Like, he's got like henchmen. He's got minions. He tries to mass harass other people online. He doesn't like it when it's done to him, and nobody does. And like I said, I take an extreme view on this, maybe, that I don't think anyone deserves that. But he does it himself. He uses that weapon against others. If, by some fucking fluke, he does end up able to take someone to court for this, I do not see that going well for him. Anything that he wants to claim against these guys, he himself does. And oh, God, it is like he's even doxed the guys he's complaining about doxing him. It happened after they doxed him, I guess, but like, oh, man, I don't know. I'm just like, it's sad, man. It's sad. I don't like to see anyone going through this. It's like, it's delusion. It's delusion. This is not how the world works.
Being on the internet is my goddamned job. All right. If someone came into your office and told you, that you need to quit, or they were going to give your family members' addresses to a bunch of complete psychos and call you a pedophile and make bomb threats under your name and try to get your family fired from their jobs, would you quit?
I have actually, Fletch Simulator calls people pedophiles all the time. Yes, being an internet person is his job, but also his job is calling people pedophiles. And he does not just do that to like whatever elites who, okay, yeah, call them all pedophiles, whatever. Allow them are, so fine. But he does that to like creators he disagrees with. People who have a different take than him on Pizzagate. He's like, yeah, check his hard drive, blah, 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 blah. So, bro, like, thank you for making this fucking laptop camera video from your glass house. But you aren't really the guy to make this criticism, dude.
No, you would call the fucking police. So I don't give a shit if it's cringe to push back against this. I'm not going to let my pride get in the way of doing what's right. The only reason these molested wastoids get to keep doing this is because we let them. And I will blow up my career as a content creator before I lay down and allow this. Fuck this. This is ridiculous. Total snark roach death.
Wow.
Thank you.
The thank you at the end got me. I can't say it doesn't still have his timing, but yeah, okay. I mean, I feel like I've said my piece on that. I hope that you guys understand where I'm coming from, if not agree. But it's frustrating. Do you get what I'm saying about how he's like, in some ways, he's very self-aware and he's very like good at understanding internet dynamics, but in other ways, he is completely wrong. He's completely unself-aware, completely not, he doesn't have internet like street sense. But it's odd. Like there's some cognitive dissonance here. And like at the end there where he's like, listen, I'm I don't care if it's cringe. Okay? These people shouldn't be allowed to do this. And I will gladly blow up my career as a content creator if it means pushing them back a little bit. They fear people fighting back. They don't want this to happen, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't care about being cringe. I actually really respect that. Okay? No one should care about being cringe. Okay? If you're truly afraid of looking cringe, nothing truly great will ever happen to you. You know what I mean? You gotta kill the fucking part of you that worries about being cringe. All right? You need to be able to be cringe. We all have to be cringe at some points in our life. If you're afraid of being cringe, you'll never approach a potential romantic partner. You know what I mean? You'll never fucking try something new. You'll never get out of your comfort zone and be bad at something until you'll never find out if, this is my passion. You'll never do that. You need to not care about being cringe. And yes, I did say that the thing mainly people care about is that he's been cringe lately, painted his face in blood, whatever. But like, that's fine, man. Okay. Like I can get over that. The thing I mainly care about is the bigoted, horrible shit you've been saying and the slurs and stuff. But, that's just me. That's just me and probably a lot of other people who used to watch you who now no longer will. But you got your chud base. Go with that, man. Step away. Do not feed the trolls. I cannot believe I need to tell you this. Do not feed the trolls. Ancient internet wisdom. We'll see how this one does in the metrics. Honestly, my last two Flesh Simulator videos are the two best videos I've ever had on the channel, so I gotta do more of that shit. We'll see how well this one does. I feel like people are running out of steam on caring about this. I hope I'm right about that. But if you're watching this video though and you're unfamiliar with my stuff, give me a subscribe. Give me a subscription. Please help me. I don't normally do stuff like this, but I'm doing it specifically to get you to become a member of the Cabal. All right, so join up, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. We do non-Flesh Simulator stuff. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Who cares? That's what the internet's all about. All right, I think I'm done talking about Flesh Simulator for today. Let's go into something else. Maybe I'll get the Goblin Queen in here. Goblin Queen, are you around? Dull cringe? Okay. Yes, the cremation of cringe. Yo, if we did our own Bohemian Grove, we should fucking burn the effigy of cringe. Hey, Ashley, do you want to do a thing? And she wanted to come in and talk about some stuff. He does have great timing, right? He has great timing. You can't take that away from him. I will never be the one to tell you. Every time somebody's problematic or somebody's whatever gets canceled, you'll see people be like, and he was never even funny. He was never even good, and he looks stupid. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be real with you guys. Yeah, he does have good time. He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh even while I'm like so angry at the decisions he's made. He makes these decisions in a way that is, I don't know, it makes me laugh. Watch his Pizzagate video. It's awesome. Here at Bohemian Grove, we put the ball in Cabal. There you go. There you go. The Baal ball. Ball. Crazy thing about Baal is that I think that actually was a god. Like in ancient, times. Yeah. A Canaanite storm deity. And aspects of Baal were incorporated into the Yahweh, like the Jewish Bible version of God. All right, we got a special guest. Here, why don't you sit in this chair? Hang on, gang. 1 second. Oh, geez. 1 second. Okay, hang on. This might take a second to this work. Sorry. Should have got this figured out beforehand. Here, you said here, but I'll move the chair over here, actually. Yeah. Come on in. And this. Okay. All right, cool.
Oh, it's very different.
No. Hang on, gang. We gotta figure this out. Don't be mad. Well, all right. Listen, not everything's perfect. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I can zoom out a bit. Sorry. The way that I have to do this in OBS, or at least the way that I know how to do this on OBS, is so stupid. But okay, here we go. That works, right? And then let's see how that looks. Yeah, right?
Okay.
You okay with that? Cool, yeah. So welcome, Goblin Queen. We've been seeing her in the chat all night, pretty much. Hot Goblin 42. This is Fiance Goblin, and you wanted to come and say something to the audience?
Hello. Yeah, to the Finland station is referring to you by your title, which is Goblin Queen Consort to Be.
That's right. Goblin Queen Consort to Be. Yo, Queen. Nice. So, Goblin Queen, you had something you wanted to show us. I didn't pull it up, but here, let me take this off.
Do you guys know the Breakfast Club?
Oh, okay. This is different than what I thought you were.
Oh wait, no. What do you want to?
Sorry. Where did I go for this?
Takes or something to get a week or something. Yeah.
Breakfast Club. Wait, where?
No, I'm just talking about like the Breakfast Club on YouTube, but now it's on Netflix. Whatever. It's on politics or business, whatever.
Do you have a? Do you know where this is on? Sorry. Like, did you have a link to this on?
I don't.
Because I don't usually stream the Discord, but it's on our conspiracy website page.
Yeah, I don't consider.
Sorry. Do your intro. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, do you guys know what do you call it? The Breakfast Club. Start from the beginning. Do you guys know the Breakfast Club? Yes or no?
Okay. So you got. So try talking to this side of the mic.
Okay.
And not yell too loud. So you can see the levels over here.
Mark J. Good movie.
So
Do not bother me.
That's a little bit too loud because it's
okay.
to the right there.
No, it's not the movie. It's the talk show exactly to the Finland station with Charlemagne the God. Exactly. Visible burner. Very good class. So Charlemagne the God does this segment where he's like, Donkey of the Week, where he like talks about somebody who is stupid and should become Donkey of the Week. Now I want to change that, and I want to do a positive thing, and so I am doing Take of the Week. Goblin Queen Take of the Week.
Donkey of the Week, Take of the Week.
No, what?
Oh, wait, what do they have? Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day.
Don't they do a donkey thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, I was not really paying attention. You're saying they do? Do they do a Take of the Week?
It's their Take of the Week, but well, yeah.
Sorry, I thought that they did a Donkey of the Day or something.
It is.
Is that the thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Am I more familiar with the Breakfast Club than you are?
No, I'm explaining it perfectly.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'm doing that, but with r/conspiracy because it's my favorite place on the internet.
Oh yeah, you like that?
They're the best.
I don't even know how to find this. So, like, what's the title?
I kind of deliberately took out the author because I didn't want to blow up their spot. Is it Donkey of the Week? I don't remember if it's Donkey of the Day or Donkey of the Week, but it is Donkey of some time period.
I think it's Donkey of the Day.
Okay.
All right, I found it. Okay.
Excellent. That's Portuguese for excellent. In case y'all didn't know. Go ahead.
All right. So, sorry. I wish we had two mics. I tried to get the second mic working, and like I spent all day on it, and it's all fucked. So we got to share one. It would probably be easier if I took this out of the thing. Hang on. Let me just quickly. Sorry. I'm going to play you guys a little bit more of the Goblin thing while I mute the mic and then recombobulate it. Just give me 1 second.
Recombobulate? Is that a real name?
And then explode on land. An unlikely series of serendipitous timings to be sure, but the Goblin world does not view these events with quite the same favour. The resulting tidal wave of goblins, all bearing the name of Pilch, is regarded as one of the worst disasters in the Goblin world. Why, you ask? Because they have no small talk game. No,
Oh, sorry, gang. Okay, sorry. I forgot that I turned off the mic while I unplugged it and plugged it back in. You guys can hear me now, right? Okay, cool. But just we'll try to recapture the natural banter we just had going while muted. But oh man, I love going on our conspiracy. It's kind of cool to like put it on most controversial, like Vin Von Voom was saying, right? Like that's a weird thing. You know about that?
You said it, James.
Yes, I did, Ashley.
R/conspiracy to know a community best is to look at some of the filters, isn't it?
Oh, there certainly is. Look at the filters on Reddit. You can go sort by top of all time, see the most upvoted votes, and you can go sort by most controversial, and you get to see the things that have been upvoted and downvoted the most.
Concur. I don't know.
Yeah, we're so natural. We're so like people can just instantly tell that we're for real here. Okay, so here's what you wanted to show us. This is a post called "Hear Me Out." Now, to me, this sounds like when you write "Hear Me Out" and you just post a picture. I feel like that means he wants to fuck these guys.
Yeah. He's like, now these they sexy, ain't they?
No, don't get me. Let me explain. But I kind of think the Rothschilds can get it.
I'm just saying, Bell, I could sit on his face.
He's like, I'd like to see his ball.
The Rothschilds, more like, give me put some Roth in my child. I don't know.
Well, wait, what?
Rockefeller.
No, I'm not gonna go with you on that. Rockefeller, that's a feller who can rock me.
There we go.
That's better. But okay, so here is a guy saying, "Hear me out," and he's posted this picture. And yeah, I mean, okay, and he's written like a fucking, oh god, a manifesto down here. But what was it that you, what do you think about this picture here?
I just think AI art is getting so good. Like, I almost couldn't tell. Right.
So yeah, this is everybody's sort of controlled by Ball through glowing spaghetti noodles. So they're not really. There's puppets down at the bottom here, right? Those guys are puppets. Everyone else is just kind of like sharing spaghetti.
Yes.
The royal family too. It's like, really, them? Are they controlling? I guess they're not controlling anyone though.
They don't have no.
They no, like at this point, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds are like, no, you don't get any of this spaghetti.
Yeah, you see the spaghetti that was yours, we're gonna share it.
Like, no, we got it. Yeah, you're on a gluten-free diet right now, because they're just kind of sitting. They're hanging out, but they aren't doing. Which I suppose that is actually kind of accurate.
It's like you're a figurehead. You don't got no spaghetti anymore.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, AI art. It's just so. Wow, the more you think about it, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Very, very cool. Yeah, so which royal family? There are a number of them. I do think they're referring to the Brits, but pasta connects everything. Yeah, I don't know what AI thought the glowing spaghetti was, but yeah, then there's the public and they're all brainwashed or something looking at the screen. Okay, no, I get it. And also, I feel like the guy who made this, does he think that Baal is God?
Maybe.
Like, he seems to think Baal is real and is like powerful and is controlling everything, but like, does that make it doesn't seem like he approves of that.
No, maybe this is like the bad hierarchy. So my question is like, what would it would be God and then who? Who is under God?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It looks because Baal is a god. Well, Baal, we were just talking about this. Baal is a Canaanite. What is he? It was a title and honorific meaning owner or lord in the Northwest Semitic languages. Interesting. So that's kind of like the Lord in the Bible, like it, but it's just in a different language. But yeah.
My question is, do a lot of conspiracists use it interchangeably with Satan?
Oh yeah, definitely. Baal is basically the devil. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's interesting the way that this person's set up everything here.
Right.
The guy who made this was on drugs. Most definitely. This definitely.
Is AI slop? No, wrong. This is AI fine cuisine.
This is AI delicious, expensive, fancy meal. And did you have some? We can also, if you want, we can go on my Obsidian. We can create an Obsidian board, and maybe that would be the best way to view these.
Well,
here, you take this for a second.
Okay, I have it highlighted in the Discord one.
Yeah. So I'll grab those.
Okay, great. Because it's been a while since I put it there, and I forget everything. Do you guys have a short attention span and memory? Because I can't remember nothing.
Yep, everyone has that.
Okay, great. Just checking.
You gotta keep talking though.
Oh. Okay. What do I want to talk about?
It's hard, eh? Because you're always editing me and like,
woo!
Come on, you're not talking. Why don't you talk? And I was like, it's hard.
All right, let me talk about one of my favorite new up and coming creators, and his name is Paul's Views and Opinions on YouTube. Please check him out. He's got 700 subscribers.
You can't talk about that. You gotta talk about this.
Okay, fine. Oh, sorry, but I don't remember, so I gotta wait until you have it up so I can.
Well, maybe you can talk about like how did you find it or something.
Oh, I'm just on our conspiracy all the time. Every morning I check it.
Really, every single morning.
Every single morning. Every single morning I check our /conspiracy to see what my friends are talking about. They're my best friends in the world.
That's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard from our All right, and you continue. You got the mic.
Okay, but I don't remember.
It's hard, right?
I just want to go back to talking about Paul's Views and Opinions. Paul's Views and Opinions on YouTube. 700 subscribers. He's the best creator.
He's really not. And you're yelling right in the mic.
Sorry, he's better than James's. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Paul's Views and Opinions. And my favorite thing about Paul's Views and Opinions, he's like a Black American, and he will.
The favorite thing about him is that he's a Black American.
Yes, one of the things, and he's like got his head like screwed on straight. He's got like like decent politics. I don't know. He likes Zoran, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to say that he's like as radical as I am or whatever, but I like him, and he'll give like the most mild take, and it'd be like, okay.
This guy.
So yeah, that's him. Also, he has a merch store. He's got a merch store, and his merch is just a t-shirt with dots. And he's like, I just love it. I love it because it don't have nothing to do with his brand. Oh God, fine, okay, I'll shut up. I'll be more silent. You
gotta maybe hold it a little bit further away.
A little bit further.
You talk a lot louder than me.
Oh, sorry, you guys. I'm excited. I'm talking about my favorite YouTuber.
Try to talk like across it, you know.
Okay, yeah. So this is him. Paul's Views and Opinions. He's one of the things that James and I were talking about the other day is how for his thumbnails he takes these pictures. Look at this. It's basically him have the same shirt for the whole heap of the thumbnails, you know. But he will still take he's going to pose for the thumbnail picture.
Yeah,
you know?
Every video he puts up, he takes a screenshot or whatever from the video and makes it the thumbnail. But he doesn't have to do that. Like, he could just do what most channels do, where it's like, you put up you have one photo of you going, what? And you put that up. But he's like, no. Every video is going to have a screenshot of me in that video.
Dedication.
Even if it's like he's wearing the same shirt or something like that, he needs to always show you a different thing. So, okay. I think that's enough talking about Paul's views and opinions, but you guys can give him a follow if you want to see what Ashley's talking about here.
Yeah. That's my favorite guy.
What Goblin Queen's
hey, Paul.
point is. Shout out Paul's views and opinions. Huge fans of yours.
Okay, now you know another thing.
Oh my god, I just realized I didn't even put it on so that you guys could see what we were talking
Wait,
about.
you've not been seen, Paul?
No, I didn't do that. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry, guys. This is Paul's views and opinions.
Paul.
This is what we've been talking about this whole time.
Paul's AVI or whatever it's called is like, it looks like somebody from like a Motown era. Like
Motown era?
Like what he looks like,
this?
It look like Motown era or something. Or like you look like you have Jerry curl in his hair right now. I love it.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Or he looks like a pastor.
All right, now I feel like this is, we don't need to keep talking about this guy, but that's what Ashley, the only thing Ashley can talk about, I guess, when she's put on the spot is this channel. He looks like he's so sick of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's hard work to have views and opinions, and he does it best.
Yeah, and he signs off every video with, "That's my opinion."
Oh, he does? I didn't even know that. Okay, so he's got a little catchphrase?
Yeah.
All right. So here is the thing that you wanted to show us.
Yeah.
We looked at this a little bit already. Let me do my zoom in thing. This is one thing I don't like about Obsidian. It doesn't let you, like, I feel like it should just let you zoom in, like, infinitely. But here we go. Okay, so you want to read this?
Okay. So hear me out. Wait, where do we go?
You can use the mouse if you want. Scroll up and down. You hold this up, please.
So many things to consider.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not easy. Take a walk a mile in my shoes.
Okay, let me try it. So hear me out. This is just a theory, but one I can't stop thinking about. I'm Muslim, and in our religion, there's a lesser known but very eerie story narrated by the Prophet. Okay, about one of his companions who was originally Christian. Now, the man was sailing east of the Arabian Peninsula when a violent storm struck. His ship was pushed off course, and he and his crew ended up stranded on a remote island.
Is that like does that say like Muhammad in there?
I don't know, and I kind of stayed away from it because I'm like, you know what, dude, you're Muslim, I'm not, and I don't know what you meant by that, so I'm just gonna skip over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it looks like a little like emoji or something, but it's all Arabic.
It looks kind of cool.
Like calligraphy.
It looks cool.
So probably Muhammad, I think.
Yeah. Big up whoever made that. Okay, so when they explored the island, they encountered a strange being. A man shackled with chains. This figure questioned them about the state of the world. Wait. The state of the world, leadership, religion, society. Afterwards, he said something chilling. It is near that I will be permitted to emerge and roam the earth. When the story was told to the Prophet Muhammad, again, he used the same emoji, he said, he plainly said, that man was the Antichrist. I just love that.
Antichrist.
Yeah, that man was the Antichrist.
Yeah, it's like those old and like the heavy metal song starts.
Yeah,
but it's like those old like copy pasta like Facebook chain emails that would be like, and who was that man? A man stood up in his class and he said, "Professor, what do you mean there's no God? There is a God." And Professor was like, "No, there's not. God ain't real." And the guy was like, "There is, and I believe there is, and I believe you're wrong." And that man that said that was
Jesus
Albert
Christ.
Einstein himself.
Oh, whoa.
He was smart, and that's what he said. He was right about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this case, it's that man, and that man, he was the Antichrist. Wait, what does the Antichrist do? The guy said he was shackled with chains.
Yes.
This figure questioned the state. He was like, "What's going on in the world?" And then he said, "It is near that I will be permitted to emerge and remotely." What's chilling about that? That guy's getting free. That's fine. That's good.
But the thing is, like,
why are they not like they're exploring a remote island? They find a guy shackled with chains and they don't help him.
My
they're
thing
like,
is,
oh,
this
okay.
guy is this thing is described as a strange being, and a figure and a man, right? So I'm kind of confused as to which is it? Because if it's a figure, I would like to imagine that he's very far away, and like the conversation is like, what is the leadership like, huh?
Wait.
What's the leadership?
Why do you think a figure is far away?
Because it's a figure. It's far away. You can't discern any other features.
What?
Yeah, or it's like in some sort. It's like obscured. Maybe it's in the darkness or something.
I don't know. I don't know about this.
It's like
I've never heard. You're like a figure. It's
a figure.
Figure is far away. What? That's not a
figure.
thing.
I mean, you can only see the outline. You can only see the outline of a figure. Otherwise, you would know what it is. It wouldn't be just a figure. It's like this is the this.
All right. I've never known about this as a meaning of the word figure, but okay, if you say so.
I'm right.
I'm
standing on it.
You know what? Okay, no. I want you to be right. People are on your side. All right. No, I don't even want to look it up. I think that you're probably right here. So because he's a figure, he's far away, and they shouldn't even be able to hear him.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna debunk this.
Yeah.
You're hearing your chill goblin, but you're not listening. Something to think about.
I want you guys here for like more consequential.
I get what you're saying about figures. Okay, you guys are totally not on my side at all. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I've been called out, and I'm gonna take it gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what I'm still confused that they went to like a deserted island. They found a guy chained up, and they just talked to him and then left, and they didn't help him.
Yes.
And then they told this story to Muhammad, and he was like, "That man was the Antichrist." What the hell are you talking about?
Wait.
Why would that be the case?
But the thing is too, it's like so he said, "It's near that I will be permitted to emerge and roam the earth," and that was chilling.
It's like, why is it chilling? Let him.
It's chilling that a man who is imprisoned would be freed.
What the hell? Why is that chilling? That's good. It's soon I'll be able to leave. Okay, great. I mean, I guess it'd be chilling if he's the Antichrist, but they didn't know that. They only found that out when they asked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They didn't know that. They just thought he was a shackled guy, and they're like, "Oh God, that's so scary that he'll be allowed to leave soon." Why? What's wrong with that? He didn't say he was going to come back and then kill everybody or something. He was like, "Oh, I'll be allowed to roam the earth."
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should be allowed to do that. All right. Okay. I'm being too woke for this ancient Islamic legend. But all right, here we go. Right,
he's right. Okay. So now here's where my theory starts.
All of that was like scripture.
Yeah.
Now this is where the guy that made the AI art comes in.
Yeah, this is where we're going, okay? So for decades, maybe centuries.
That is a huge difference. That's an order of magnitude difference.
We've seen a heavy symbolism of demons all over media, entertainment, and politics. The cult rituals among celebrities, it's not even subtle anymore. Ritual imagery, mockery of religion, obsession with power and sex and blood and control. After the Epstein revelations, a lot of people started asking uncomfortable questions. Suddenly, what once sounded crazy didn't seem that crazy anymore. Elite networks, abuse, trafficking, rituals, blood rituals, sacrifices, secrecy. Okay, I feel like I'm not getting the where to put the mic or how to speak.
It's hard to get the mic stuff right. I'm trying to help it. It's not easy, but like I try to keep it in the yellow here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I don't always do that. But like, if you're talking loud, you can move it away and be like, "Oh my God, can you believe that shit?" And you move. And then they went into the thing and they didn't know. So it's mic technique. It's not easy.
Got you. Okay. So here's the question: what if the people at the very peak of the pyramid are the top 0.00001% are in direct contact with the Antichrist? What if he's real, alive, and restrained for now, and issuing orders? What if these elites aren't masterminds at all, just middle management, carrying out instructions to accelerate his release? The prophet.
I also want to say, like, the Antichrist is a completely separate figure from Baal. This is not the same guy in the Bible or the Quran. which is basically just the Bible plus some bonus extra stuff, retold in a rhyming way. But I mean, okay, but
can't really hear
sorry,
her.
what did he say? Where were we? Well, if these elites aren't, can't really hear her. Okay, all right. Well, in that case, you should be as loud as you want.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yay! You see, the white man always tries to quiet. They always try to quiet me. All right. Where am I? Oh, so the prophet said something very important. Every prophet warned his people of the Antichrist, and I am the last prophet. So he will inevitably appear in your time. We already know secret societies exist amongst politicians, billionaires, and celebrities. That's not controversial anymore. So what if the leaders of these societies know exactly where he is? What if they're communicating with him on that island, coordinating things behind the scenes?
Oh, he's still on the island.
Yes.
What? So he's just a guy chained up on an island, but he's controlling world events
Telepathically. What is it? What do you call him? What are
Well,
you talking about?
is
Other
it-
things? Remote what? Viewing?
Well, yeah,
That's
remote
what he's
viewing.
doing.
He's communicating with them through the spaghettis.
Yep.
And coordinating everything. But
Mhm.
he's not even free.
Right.
So then what's the point of him being all shackled up? He should be, what difference is it going to be if he's roaming free? If he can already control the world.
But he would enjoy it more. He could be like in Vegas. I don't know. I don't know. With
Okay, let's get into this part here.
yeah. Oh, we're. So the Antichrist's entire mission, right, is to oppose God's truth. So logically, what would it look like to influence? What would his influence look like?
Okay,
Endless
so
wars.
wait, before we get into this, if my entire mission was to oppose God's truth, what would my influence look like? Probably I would be like, oh, God isn't real. I'd probably be like, oh, and the part of the Bible where it says, like, the golden rule, or
Do unto
love
others.
your neighbor, and
Yeah.
the stuff about how killing is bad. And it's all wrong, actually.
Yeah.
Killing is good, and we should not love our neighbor and stuff like that. And
Hate your
also,
neighbor.
we should be like, I don't know, divorce is good, too. That's also what Jesus said, divorce is bad. I think it's good. It'd be stuff like that. That would be like my, how I would oppose God's truth.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know. What would you say?
I don't remember. It's been a while. I won't even lie. What did the guy say? Okay, so he's like, the Antichrist's entire mission is to oppose God's truth. So logically, what would his influence look like? Endless wars, injustice and exploitation, atheism, and the death of religion. So you were right. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
You're not done.
I don't really see endless wars. God kind of loves war in the Bible. He goes to war with lots of people.
God called out.
And in the Quran too.
Moral confusion, I suppose. Would you consider any of what you said? He would probably consider what you said about moral, like divorce and stuff.
There's almost nothing more morally confusing than the Bible, honestly, if you read it as a whole, or the Quran.
This is true. True. Death of the family unit, right? That I would say the
No.
divorce comment would roll up into that.
One of the crazy things about the Bible is that Jesus actually hates families. For real. He's like, your family sucks, and you need to join me and not care about your family. He repeatedly tells people that your family is nobody.
James, are you trying
That's
to say
New Testament? That's not necessarily Old Testament or Quran stuff. I don't know what the Quran how to do with that.
Are you trying to say that Jesus is the Antichrist? You
no,
get canceled.
I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
That's the opposite of what he is.
Well, you just said that Jesus.
If anything, the Antichrist might be like families are important.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm saying this guy's wrong.
Okay, well, I don't know. I was raised Christian, but I didn't retain nothing. What it is? Moral confusion. Okay.
You read that one already.
Yeah. Addiction to pornography, drugs, and degeneracy. Politicians on both sides of the aisle are pushing these things in different ways. It's true.
You're bringing up close.
Now I'm confusing. Okay, there we go. Hello. There we go, yellow. But here's another chilling part. Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. Oh, I was like, puh? Puh?
I think that's where the phrase the Grand Poobah or something like that. Have you ever heard that? Oh, the Grand Poobah. But it stands for peace be upon him.
Okay.
The Prophet.
Well, that's not how I'm going to read it. Prophet Muhammad says that when the Antichrist finally emerges, he will have extraordinary abilities, causing rain, making crops grow, controlling resources, rewarding followers, and punishing those who resist. So what if we're already seeing a preview? Okay? What if selective prosperity, artificial scarcity, climate manipulation, and sudden blessings for certain groups of people are a part of the long test run? Now, I'm not saying this can be proven. It probably can't be. Not yet. But one thing feels undeniable. This world is controlled by a very small, very powerful, and very corrupt group. And they don't act like people who are in charge. They act like people who are serving something. And history shows us that evil never rules openly at first. It works in the shadows, through layers, and through symbols and proxies. And maybe the pyramids are real. And maybe they're sitting at the what? At the very top of it is something ancient and patient and waiting for his chains to break.
Okay. I'm interested into a lot of things here. One thing I can ask, since you're here right now, is did the different colors of highlights mean something? Or because you did the highlights, right?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't. I think
there's a green here all of a sudden.
Oh, you know what I think it was? I think it was okay, this I find funny. And then this is no, you kind of have the right idea here, right? You know completely wrong in the sense of you're identified selective prosperity, I suppose, artificial scarcity, right? Those are real issues.
Sure, yeah.
Right. But then he's like, so maybe this is what's happening. And I'm like, nope, you're wrong. you're off.
I was like,
you're gone.
Would it be crazy? Would it be crazy? You know, there's rising inequality and the rich get richer and they don't care about us at all. Would it be crazy to say maybe they're all controlled by a guy chained up on an island that I heard about in a fairy tale about the Prophet Muhammad? Could he be the guy that's controlling it all? Could that be it? And you're like, the first 3 sentences, yes. The part where you talk about the chained up guy on an island,
you lost me.
100% wrong. No, that isn't it. That's not right. No, I don't know why you would think that. And he's like, I'm not saying this can be proven. Probably can't. No, that's the thing. It could be proven. If it was true, you could prove it.
Yeah, you could go to island.
It could be proven. You could go to that island. Some random dudes from 1,500 years ago they went there. Mm-hmm. With modern technology, we could find the island and prove it. What we can't do is disprove it. We could never be we checked every island and there's no guy chained up that's controlling the world. We could never do that. It could be proven. It can't be disproven. And he goes, it probably can't. Not yet. It's no, it could be. I mean, it was already, if the story's true, then the guys already did. But okay, you go there with a camera and then whatever. But one thing feels undeniable. The world is controlled by a very small, very powerful, very corrupt group. I mean, very small, I think, is not true. I think that's kind of the protocols of the Elders of Zion style, a group of 10 guys controls the world. It's a group of 1 million guys. Mm-hmm. It's a group of 1 million guys that don't all know each other, but they're all in the same kind of social class and they interact with each other and have connections and have mutual interests that converge in such a way that actually does affect the world in a similar way to the way that this guy's laying out. That's what I
small in
think.
relation to the rest of the population.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and they are a minority.
Yeah.
The elite. Mm-hmm. They don't act like people who are in charge. They act like people who are serving something, and that's where they're serving their own interests. They're not they are fighting for laws to be beneficial to them and their wealth and accruing of wealth. but so in a way that they're serving the system because the system works so well for them. Maybe they're even like making the system even more restrictive and more hierarchical, but they're not really like they are serving themselves. They're not being controlled by like, again, a guy chained up on an island.
What did you say at the beginning of the stream? Something about like when you have your interests converged, you don't have to something.
Yeah. It's a George Carlin line. You don't need a formal conspiracy when you don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge, I think was what he said. It was on Bill Maher. It wasn't like during a stand-up. He said it during a Bill Maher show, a debate with somebody. Anyway, this part's funny. Maybe the pyramid is real. I'm like, the pyramids are real. Maybe. But no, he's talking about this pyramid.
Yeah.
He's talking about this thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
maybe they are spaghetti. Okay.
Yeah, this is not real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is based on that old, like, what's it called? The, like, capitalism pyramid political cartoon. You know what I'm talking about? Here, hold this for a second.
Another question I have is, why is it the Vatican and not, like, the Pope? Because they have a building, and that's just not... What is it? The world leaders can't hold up a building. That's not structurally sound.
This thing.
Okay, yeah.
This is the pyramid of the capitalist system, where it's like, and this is from, God, when was this made, I wonder? But I'm sure we've all seen this. At the top of the thing is capitalism, the system. So this is actually like, yeah, it's not the fucking Antichrist or Baal or the devil at the top. It's a system. It's the economic system that we live under. This is like base superstructure stuff. This is how it actually works. Capitalism at the top of the pyramid, and then below here, this is the monarchy. We rule you. This is the what's it called? The papacy? Clergy? Not papacy. Clergy. Yeah, clergy. Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. We fool you, like religion. We shoot at you, the military. Mm-hmm. We eat for you, the bourgeois, the aristocrats, the rich, the elite. And then down here, we work for all, we feed all. These are the proletariat, the waving the red flag of communism over here. I don't know. I don't know exactly when this was made. Is this like Yeah, I don't know. But like this is interesting. And so I'll just say like it's interesting to compare like European hierarchy, which actually is more like this, to American hierarchy and elites control, because in a lot of old countries in Europe, there's a much different power structure in place than the one that I'm used to and the one that like I know in North America. Well, America doesn't really have like a strong church or military or monarchy that actually competes with the capitalist elite, the corporate elite. Yeah, there's military, there's like military industrial complex, but that's mostly powerful because it intersects with the corporate world. Yeah, there's the church, of course, the evangelical church in America has power, but not in the same way that the corporate elite does. There is no monarchy in America, but in a lot of old world countries, in Europe, before capitalism was even a thing, they had the church, they had a army, a military, they had monarchs, they had kings and queens and shit. And whenever I'm talking about like Domhoff stuff or just like any kind of analysis of elite power structures over here, I do not even consider the military, the clergy, the monarchy, because I just don't know that world. But when you go to Europe, that actually is something that you have to take into account, because those countries predate capitalism, and America is like a capitalist experiment where they never really had a chance for these other things to take the place of the capitalists. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I don't got nothing to say. I said that's interesting.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I was like, and you comment on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. But it's interesting to see this because according to this thing, he's saying that we've got like the working class, and then above them the rich, but then above them the military, above them the like church, and above them the king. And it's like that doesn't apply to, like, I can't relate to that, but that is, from what I understand from reading some of the power structure theory researchers, this is still kind of how it works in some parts of the world.
I see.
Yeah. The military is a genuinely separate locus of power in some countries, says Finland. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Totally think that's true. But, oh, this one looks cool. It's that Pusheen cat version of it. Oh, we eat for you. I was like, oh,
I like it now.
we can't revolt against you, Pusheen.
Yeah.
We shoot at you.
Okay, shoot me.
We fool you.
Okay.
Oh, they're wearing disguises.
Okay, fool me.
Oh, I was fooled. We rule. Oh, these guys, that's so perfect.
That's fine.
Okay. This is a world that I'm fighting to create.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the what's his name, Garrison cartoon version of it. The rich, super rich at the very top. Be happy, all is well. The crony capitalist pyramid. And then the middle class is collapsing and the poor is in the floor. Wow. This doesn't even say anything. What a waste of time it was to draw. Yeah, I love when capitalists are like, no, it's crony capitalism. Capitalism doesn't inevitably lead to that situation. That's only this kind of capitalism, which is for some reason, maybe it's more like communism, actually. Like their understanding of the world is so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's kind of the thing that, our boy over here was channeling with his Bale comic.
Yeah. He's my favorite.
Did he make this, or did he just find it and he was like, that's kind of true?
Okay, so I don't really know, but my spirit is telling me that he, AI generated this. I want that to be true.
Yeah, but it doesn't really fit with what he was saying. Like, why isn't Bale a guy chained up on an island, And what's, I don't know. What's with, he doesn't really mention any of these other people.
Like, how do the Freemasons fit into the story? I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I think, okay? I think, this is my little conspiracy. I think that my friend here, who is on r/conspiracy, I think he is a sci-fi writer or was one in his past life.
Oh, yeah? Why do you think that?
I think he is probably a ghostwriter for The Lord of the Rings. And he is working
What do you mean? Why?
Season of Dimension 20 as we speak. Because it just sounds like such, he's such a good, world builder.
You think this is Brennan?
Yeah.
From College Humor?
Yep.
Or Dropout, I mean?
Yep. I don't know. He's a good world builder. Some of the things that he's talking about.
Is he?
Yeah, I kind of think so. He's like, could it be this? I don't know. He's building suspense. He's like, he's like laying out his argument, his story. He's like trying to take us for a ride.
Yeah, you should see this guy wants to be DM to a campaign where we try to find the Antichrist and prove that he's controlling the Zionists and Rockefellers or whatever.
I'm pretty sure that was already a season, one of the off seasons, maybe a Crown of Candy or something. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, I also think it's funny, like this part here, the public, where everybody's just like a mindless drone. It's always how conspiracy theorists kind of see the world, right? Like Bill Cooper shit, like the sheeple, I like when Chomsky was talking to Alex Jones, and he was like, and Alex Jones is like, and most people don't even know that the actors, singers, sport, whatever, that we're ruled by these people, these elites. And Chomsky's like, no, actually, I don't think that's true. I think that most, the vast majority of people are completely aware that they're being attacked and they're being controlled by wealthy elites. People know that. It's just that they can't affect change just by knowing it. And I think that one of the reasons anyway why this image of brainwashed sheeple is so compelling to conspiracy theorists is that when they go to talk to people about this that they know, they're like, and it's actually Bale, the Antichrist, living on an island with the Rothschild, and people are like, I don't think that's true. And they're like, oh my God, they're brainwashed by the media and they think that everything's good. But most of the people who are disagreeing with them, if you really press them, they'd be like, oh, no. Rich people suck, and I don't trust them, and I don't think that it's good that we're doing this stuff. I mean, obviously, there are some people who do think that, but like, I think it's way less than conspiracy theorists think. I think that everybody believes in some version of this. You know, yeah, like people know. People are not stupid.
I think, or I kind of was telling James a little half-baked idea that I have, which is like that celebrities were created so that we could obfuscate who has power. So
wait, what do you mean?
To be like, oh, look over there. They're the people you should cancel.
Oh, like celebrities, like actors and stuff, and instead of focusing on the billionaires.
It's like, Jabal Roan was center security after somebody. Oh no!
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do think that, like, you know, Elon Musk is the wealthiest man in the world who is open about how wealthy he is. I think there are probably at least maybe some people wealthier than him who are just smart enough to not make that public knowledge. I would guess, but it's hard to say. Did you?
Nope.
All right. God, I'm sorry. You are not lit very well right now. You are a little bit of a, shadow over here. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe we can get some light in here for you. There you go. Now.
I was better lit before.
No, you weren't. You don't like it? Okay. Well, I can't live like this. Look at it. Look at us. Look at this. This is insane. I'm like the sun right now, and
whenever I see us captured on like video or film or whatever, I'm like, maybe Dr. Umar is right.
No, don't say that. Yeah, I figure.
Yeah, totally.
Well, she's not far away. She's just hard to see. She's just in the shadow. Like, I got the light right on you right now.
You love the paisley print? Thanks. Actually, okay, so this shirt, I bought it for James.
It's too big for me.
But it looks better on me.
I was so disappointed when I put it on, and I was even more disappointed when you put it on, and I was like, okay, I guess we're not returning it. I guess we're not returning to get a smaller version because it looks way better on you. But yeah, it's like a paisley print, like denim shirt. I don't know if it actually looks kind of cool right now under this light. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it translates to the image here, but crazy how horribly lit you are, even with the light this close. I mean, you kind of look cool, actually. That looks cool. Of course, I look like I'm like radioactive.
You look like a Chernobyl victim.
Yeah. All right, well, yeah. Smile. Yeah, smile for the picture.
No.
Okay. Gang, we gotta say goodbye, I think. But this has been fun. Got through some stuff. What do you think of the mix today? Did you see the whole stream, or you're a little bit busy?
No, I was cooking, but this is the first time I probably have seen the whole stream in a while, because like usually I'm out to improv for at least the beginning bits.
Right, yeah, because you came home from improv today, like right before I started.
Yeah, I had an earlier improv show than usual, so I was able to catch most of it, and I liked it. And I forced you to cover Alex Jones at the beginning, so.
Oh right, yeah. The drunk Alex Jones, yeah. Yeah, we got the drunk Alex Jones video. We can make a video about that.
Yeah.
And we got the main one that I worked on was the Bohemian Grove teddy bear picnic one. Yeah. And then we did the Flesh Simulator drama, because we gotta do the drama now. That's apparently what the channel is going to be mostly focused on now. And no, just kidding, not really. But and then we did the other one that we just talked about.
Which is what? Oh, my favorite.
I don't even know what to call it. The pyramid of capitalism.
What do you think is going to be the best performing video?
Probably the Flesh Simulator one.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I don't know if anybody cares. This is just a little bit of inside baseball for people who care about this shit. But let me show you the fucking analytics here. All right, so one sec. Here we go. So here's the channel dashboard. All right, we've got whatever people can. Ashley's like trying to cover up some of the screen so you can't see, like with her hand. But like this is kind of interesting if you haven't seen this before. This is my latest video. It's Palm Beach Pete. Meet Epstein's twin brother, Palm Beach Pete. And it actually like tells you, oh, check this out. Your ranking by views, 4 out of 10. And then it will give me like a top 10 list of my last 10 videos. So Palm Beach Pete, not bad. 4 out of 10 is not, that's not bad. 568 views. That is pretty good, right? Hey, listen, that's like 500 views. Yeah, hey, whatever. And then, like, you see all these other videos, like the lowest one is 90 views. This is a fucking dog shit video. But whatever. That one is not new.
It was a double release because the audio had to be released.
Sometimes we have errors with the audio and we have to re-release it. Yeah. It's very frustrating because it'll be fine in Premiere and then we export it and then the audio fucks up. Yeah. So it's really annoying. I hate when that happens. But yeah, we got these. This is like our last 10 videos, right? So this is how YouTube like pressures you. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, our top 2 videos have so many more views. And this is, so, by the way this works, it's not telling me the amount of views that they have right now. No. It's comparing them to the latest video, Palm Beach Pete, which has 568 views after 1 day and 11 hours. Yeah. And it's showing me what did this video have after 1 day and 11 hours. What did this video have after the same amount of time? Yeah, so you watch it. It's like in like Mario Kart when you race the ghost of yourself in your best time, right? Mm-hmm. It's like that, but your last 10 videos you're racing against.
That's a great way to put it,
babe. Thank you, babe. And as you can see, like the top 2 videos of Flesh Simulator, they have like probably more views than the rest of the 10 videos combined. So, I don't want to do this.
Is it? I don't know. No, it's not. But wait, is it?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done the math, but it's a lot. Mm-hmm. And like, towards the bottom here, they're pretty dismal. But yeah, anyway, but it's just, this is how it goes. And I mean, I'm not much for drama. I know I say that all the time and like, I still do it. I mean, whatever. I'm a human being. I get interested in these sorts of things too. It's just it's not my favorite thing to make a part of my brand, but we got to do it. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to move away from Flesh Simulator if possible. There's other drama out
Ethan
there.
Clyde! No, just kidding.
I don't really want to do that one either, but yeah, it's interesting. But it's funny when you get a number 1 video. When your video happens to be number 1, YouTube, when you go to this page and you see it, YouTube animates like fireworks. Like, when you get like a notification and it's red and you're like, oh, you get excited a little bit. It's like that times 1,000,000. When you get a number 1 video, it's so good. Mm-hmm. You feel amazing.
Yeah. The dopamine, it's crazy.
Yeah. They really fucking know how to manipulate you. I really resent them so much.
You think so? If I title this one, Goblin Queen Loves Brennan Lee Mulligan. I do love Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
I do try to I root against him in every make some noise or game changer though.
It is funny when he loses.
I like him losing.
Yeah. Flesh Simulator looks like a terrible game. I'm surprised Steven even sells it. Yeah, gang. Anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to give you a little inside scoop, those of you who watched the whole thing. But yeah, I think we may as well call it a night. But thank you for watching. Did you want to say anything to the crowd?
Who was talking about coffee cake earlier? Please put that into the Discord.
Was somebody talking about coffee cake?
Yes, I believe it was XOXO was the prefix, and I forget the suffix.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, XOXO. I don't know if they're still here, but yeah, throw in the throw in the whatever. Throw it in the Discord if you're in there.
If you have any good recipes that you've been trying lately, hit me up. High protein recipes are preferred, but whatever you guys have been playing in the kitchen would be appreciated.
Yeah, totally. And hell yeah. I also love Brendan Lee Morgan. He's my hall pass. And also Sam Reed. Sam? Oh, wait. You mean Sam Reich?
Right.
Or is this a different guy?
No, I think it's...
Your hall pass, if your hall pass is Brendan Lee Morgan and Sam Reich, that's crazy. That's the wildest hall pass I ever heard in my life.
You just want somebody to say, it's time for a game changer in the bedroom, and I know it.
You want to have sex with Brendan Lee Morgan and then look in the corner and Sam Reich is there? And he's like, I've been here the whole time. You're like, oh, God.
Brendan Lee makes you come, you go, that's very good.
That really made me come. Oh, that made me orgasm. I like that a lot. He's like, oh, you like that? I like that a lot. Oh, you like that, don't you? I do. I think that's really good. Oh, the vampire Lestat baby. Okay, baby. All right. Well, I don't know about that, but okay. I do not consent to Sam game-changing bedroom play. But Sam can watch. I ain't judgmental. Okay. Okay. All right, gang. Okay, we should go. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night.
I wanted to air this because I got sent this and I saw this and I watched most of it. I didn't see it all this morning. It's like 30 minutes long, but I watched part of it. And the guy's saying he's criticizing me because you do that, you don't get banned by the algorithm. And he's just one surfer coming on the waves we created. So he pretty much gets it. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name. Extra Chill Goblin. We always like Goblin jokes. I don't know why. I made Goblin jokes years ago. They came super viral, so whatever. Yeah. We'll air that. So here's Extra Chill Goblin, and then Harrison Smith takes over. Here it is. Extra Chill Goblin. He pretty much gets it. Dirty. He's also got a pretty ridiculous name. Extra Chill Goblin Vomit, Slop, and Blood. I thought it was entertaining and informative. He's got a goblin guide charging into a goblin's nest. I don't want to see him kissing goblins. I just don't want to catch him in bed with a goblin. Literal vampire belly goblins are hobbling around coming after us. Extra chill Goblin.